Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video, and it's another L. Ryan, go fuck yourself just before we start the stream. Pick up everyone that is locked in. Juventus 1, Chelsea 0. It's yet another L. 2 losses in 2. The good form has just completely turned on its head. We've got no creativity. None of our creators are doing anything. The ones in the middle, the ones on the wings, we're just struggling. And we fell completely into Juventus's hands. They played the style of play that we expected them to play. They came not to lose, and we just end up handing a W to them, right on a silver platter. But we're going to delve into everything regarding the Juventus-Chelsea game, the formation, the tactics, the individual performances, Juventus's performances as well, because we got to give them credit too. They came out with a lot of injuries. They set up defensively to protect, at the very least, a draw, and they end up getting even more that they came here for. So you got to give credit to them where credit's due. I'm not going to sit here and cuss out teams that park the bus. We're literally Chelsea Football Club. That's ingrained in our history. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain about the way that they played. I'm going to complain about the way that we played, because too many passengers, man. Way too many fucking passengers in this sort of game. And sloppy decision-making, I thought. Lack of concentration when we had the majority of possession, especially from the likes of Kovacic and Rudiger at key points in the game. It was a game where Juventus didn't even come out to try and score, and we gave them 3 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. So we're going to delve into everything regarding the game. But as always, guys, if you guys haven't done so already, smash the like and subscribe button while you guys are on your way into the channel. We are on the road to 25k. We're under 1,000 subscribers away. So every single one of you guys' subscriptions count. Smash the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell notification button as well to be the first to know whenever we release any new content. And also, the last few days of the home kit giveaway is coming out. So, guys, any donation, any amount, could be 70 quid, could be 7 pence. It gets you in with a chance of winning this beautiful home kit. And who knows, by then, we might have actually won a few games in it. You never know. But again, big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Silly questions about to come in, but we'll start. Wayne, how was the last 24 hours for you, bro?
Yeah, good. Watch my team win. Oh no, that's the women's that won, not the men's. Damn it, kick in that one.
Still Chelsea. Fuck it.
So I am pissed off, not with actually how we played or the game, because we can go into that later on. But what's pissed me off is how much judgmental the fans are becoming, and I'm seeing Chilwell already.
Oh yeah, I saw that post come out, but I don't think that was serious.
I hope not.
But it's
definitely not.
I've been seeing numerous ones, not just one. I'm numerous. And I'm thinking to myself, why? What am I watching? What am I seeing that everyone else is seeing? This guy just wants the Champions League, the UEFA Super League Cup, and making us actually quite a good side. And we've had 2 blips against 2 very good sides, and now all of a sudden won them out. It is just, yeah, that's beyond me. Beyond me, sometimes.
I completely hear what you're saying, but I'm not even taking them seriously. Like Mo says, I think it's just for Twitter likes, and I think it's also to just get a reaction off people. I was looking at all the quote tweets, everyone getting rattled, and I honestly just thought he just got exactly the response that he wanted. I'm not taking it serious, because if anyone was genuinely Tuchel out, you can't really take them seriously anyway. So it's either a joke or they're the joke.
They're thick.
Yeah, literally one or the other. Josh, as well, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. Probably echo a lot of people's sentiments today. Just disappointed with the loss. Disappointed with how we played. Disappointed with some of the guys in the lineup. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It reminded me a lot of Lampard's era towards the end there. Just a lot of side-to-side balls, a lot of stuff to our non-creative wingbacks, a lot of cross spamming, a lot of backwards passes when you're playing against a team that is literally just 11 men behind the ball. And fair play to Juventus, like you said, that they did what they did. I do think that game was there to be won, though. Just really disappointing. There's definitely some players I'd like to slate. I try not to be reactionary on stuff like that, but I was very disappointed with some pretty key players, or who some would say are key in our lineup. I'm sure we'll get into it, but just not good all around. Not good.
Damn right. Alex, what are you saying, bro? How's everything been?
Everything flowers and everything. Zvo, it's kind of brave for you to put the Juventus jersey on yourself.
This is my favorite team. It's my favorite.
Really?
Actually, I don't look at that club. I don't go for that. This is my team.
Nah, this guy lost a bet because he didn't think Chiesa was as good as we were all telling him he was.
Oh,
but we move.
No. Why move? Let.
Well, we're not really moving. So I'll get.
Fine. We don't have to move. That's cool.
Hey, fair play for Matt for at least owning up to the bet he made, to the tweet he put out there. Most people would have just hidden today and not came on stream. So big up to Matt for at least.
Let's make Zvo Genius a trending.
Yeah.
No thanks. I don't know you're trending in this game.
First of all, to everybody, I'm not criticizing. Like, when I'm losing my shit, I'm losing my shit about the last game. I don't lose my shit about previous season. I'm losing about that. I'm losing my shit about previous game. I'm not saying Tuchel out. I'm just saying the people that club pays substantial amount of money. I can tell them what I think of them. They make money. They should have a thick skin. If I don't have if I can accept that, it's their problem. My views are my own. I don't give a fuck who you like or who you don't like. What I care, it's performance. If I don't see it, it's my view that I don't like. Like Jorginho yesterday, I didn't like him. Like Aspi, I didn't like how he played. I can say whatever I want. The problem is, we already in the 2 games, we're saying like we're overreacting. The slumps goes by waves. You go slumps by waves. If you catch the first slump, if you don't get out of it quick enough, you can have couple of games draws or losses, and all of a sudden Tuchel is under pressure. That's the problem. If Chelsea play bad, Tuchel is under pressure, so we can lose him. We all know how Abramovich responds to those kind of things, right? Tuchel could be out. If we lose a couple of more games, Tuchel could be out. Is that what you people want, or we actually want to put some pressure on the players? So don't tell me you want to. Tuchel is invincible. He's not. He's not, because of the players don't perform.
I'd say right now he is. If the results continue to dip, maybe. But now, exactly. I don't think there's any looks.
And I don't want him to go. Why do I get pissed off? I get pissed off because when I see a blunt flop playing in defensive mid when he should have been pressing the low block team. Why is Jorginho passing, holding the possession in our own box? We don't need him there. We need them to push it. Fuck.
I will get into it all. Big up Artem with the super chat saying I need everyone to have the same energy for Kai's shit performances in the last 4 games that they have for Mason Mount. Ziyech got to go. Pathetic performance. We will go into the creators. Don't worry. I feel like that's going to be one of the opening topics because that's been the biggest question mark over the last few games. I do agree. And it's not just for Kai, but I mean, like, there's always a stronger energy for one or two as opposed to the others. It all depends on the person and whoever they're focusing on at the time. But it's an overall problem with all of our creators. They all haven't been good enough, but we will delve into that. JJ Bridge also says we were bad, but we have the most reactionary fans. I feel like those fans were just trolling. I really don't feel like the ones on Twitter were that serious. Well, if we end up, God forbid, but if we end up dropping points against Southampton, then you will see reactionary. That's for sure. Official Y1B also says, would you guys take Hazard back? 100% would.
Yeah.
At this point, no, because we need a creator.
Bro, I'd take Vinicius fucking Junior. I ain't even shit you. I'd take Vinicius fucking Junior at this point. Bro, I saw him doing reverse elastico like the other night. I'll take him because he can beat a man. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll
all I
take
need
Hazard
is
right
someone
now.
direct or someone that can take or someone who can create chances. Hazard isn't as direct as he used to be on account of all the previous injuries that he's had, but he still creates chances. We don't have anyone that does that right now. So, well, it depends on the price tag and also the wage structure as well. But if you're seriously just saying, like, just bring Eden Hazard back, no questions asked or anything, fuck it. Seriously, fuck it, because he'd still be our best creator right now. Everyone else has just been poor. Big up, Matt, as always, in the Juventus kit after losing the bet on Twitter the last few days. How's everything been, bro?
I'm gonna own up to it, guys. Okay, Chiesa proved me wrong. Is he gonna come to Chelsea? Absolutely not. Why would they sell him? He's not coming to Chelsea. Get out of your mind. And people being like, why do I back Ziyech and not back Chiesa? Well, Ziyech is one of my own. He's our own player. We should obviously be backing him over Chiesa. This man's on another team. Back our own players. I still have hope in Ziyech. You know, he's got to the end of the season. I think people are saying now, let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of him. Well, that's unrealistic because we can't get rid of him. So he's got to the end of the season to prove that he's still a Chelsea player. And I think, and I hope he proves it because he definitely has it in him.
Well, we all saw how your thinking process works. So.
Oh, fuck's sake. Scott, what are you saying as well, my G? Hope everything's good.
Bring back Basingwa. That's what I'm saying.
If it's 11-12 Basingwa, we're good.
Bro, has anyone got Belletti's number? Can we bring him out of retirement, please? I want a right wing back.
I bring back Ivanovic, man. I
did not expect that.
I need a right wing back. I need some sort of right wing back that knows.
Yeah, because right now all we're doing is just getting.
Oh my god! How many times?
And speaking of which, I told everyone the other day if a certain player balled out, I was coming for smoke. And guess what? Got an assist, gave Cancelo problems, pocketed Jack Grealish. So suck all your mums who doubted Hakimi.
Love all that. And last but definitely not least, the queen of the J5 Hive. Stephanie, what are you saying? How's everything?
Oh, Jesus.
That mic is...
Well, that's how she's feeling.
Robo Stephanie.
No.
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with your connection.
That's how
if you hear that back, if you ever hear that back, you'll see how mad that sounded. But don't worry, you sort out your mic settings. We'll get into this. Right, so let's start off with the usual. We'll just talk about the creativity and the lack of creativity from our attack. Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech, and Artem said as well, let's not sugarcoat Kai Havertz's performances, but we need to talk about both of them because both Ziyech was poor. Kai Havertz was poor as well, spent the majority of the game on the ground. And we just struggled to feed Romelu Lukaku again. And people I've got the most stick from rival fans saying Romelu Lukaku, this is the guy that you signed, doesn't turn up in big games. But we don't.
Not even our rival fans. Our own fans. Our own fans said that as well.
What our own fans have got? I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm really not surprised.
Yeah, but what Lukaku? Yeah,
yeah.
They were getting at him.
So
saying,
what's the point when we've got fullbacks that aren't crossing the ball into him, and even when he does, he's surrounded by about 3 or 4 players, and when he's holding the ball up again, nobody is making runs in behind, and we're just making the job so much harder for him. He's literally just a one-man attack because Havertz isn't doing anything, Ziyech isn't doing anything.
And I'm sorry, that's not why we brought him in, to just try to bang in headers from wingback spam crosses. That's not what he does. I don't know if anyone saw Antonio Conte's article that he did a day or so before the game about how we haven't figured out how to use him right yet. And he was talking about how Lukaku is best when he's basically playing in the midfield, where he's up at the midfield line, and then he has pace to get in behind, or he can flick a ball to another striker running in behind. He's like, if you put him at the top of the penalty box, yeah, he can do some good things with his feet, but that's not what he does. And when you do that, if you allow Bonucci and De Ligt to just sit on him all game, I don't know what you expect him to do. The way we're playing with him right now, to me, is a little bit staggering. I don't quite know what anyone expects Lukaku to do with 2 defenders sitting on his hips at the top of the penalty box. That's not what he does. We know that's not what he does, and we continue to try to do that. And then you can't slate the guy if he's got defenders sitting on him and you're trying to spam crosses in like that. That makes zero sense to me. It's just not what he does. It's not what he'll ever be. And unfortunately, we're just not playing the style of football that suits him best, in my opinion, right now. It's not, and I don't blame him whatsoever for that.
I feel like if you need Romelu Lukaku to hold up the ball, which is what he was being forced to do, you need someone with him that can feed off that. He was holding off the ball, but like there was no one there to receive it, and if they were behind him. So the ball's not progressing forward. It's just pinballing around the attacking third.
Well, and it's where you have him holding it up that is the key part. Like if you're trying to have him hold it up at the top of the penalty box, there's just too much congestion there for anybody to get in behind. He's got to be high up the pitch, holding the ball up for runners to get in behind him. And if you're trying to do that at the top of the penalty box, you're just asking for trouble, because it would take a perfect ball, a perfect run to get in behind some of those defenders that low in the box. He's got to be high up the pitch towards the midfield to be able to hold the ball up and play balls in behind. And right now, we're just not doing that. He's far
But do you think
too
Werner
deep.
could have done that?
If he's playing with Werner and they're high up the pitch, then yeah, that's the idea. But he's so deep right now that he's giving Bonucci had such an easy job yesterday. Like, praise him as much as you want, but he didn't have to do anything. Where you're having Lukaku stand is just allowing Bonucci to just sit there on his hip, and there's nobody who's going to get open off that.
But based on the fact of the games the last 4 or 5 games we've played, for me, Werner is a guaranteed starter next to Lukaku, because we've looked our best when he's on the pitch, and in terms of going forwards, and from process of elimination, if everyone else has just been so shit. Like, it's him and Pulisic should be the starters by process of everyone else has been shit.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, Scott, but can't believe I'm going to say this, but me's definitely had a conversation about it. And yeah, she's still playing up. And
even come back.
Mount is the
try
one.
Come out and come back in. That might help.
Unfortunately, Mount, even though I don't want to agree, but we're missing him. We're missing his intensity and when he's playing well. And unfortunately, I think that does affect us at the moment, because CH has not been doing it. Havertz hasn't been doing it. And no matter what, we are struggling in that position. It got to the point where yesterday we actually see him bring on Loftus-Cheek and Ross Barkley. And they didn't do bad. And Loftus-Cheek, I think, deserves a start now. I think it's been what he's been producing. I know it's going to put Josh in a happy mood. But it's got. I actually am getting right frustrated. It's just. It's not how we play. It's not just like what we do with Lukaku. It's bad enough, but it's just we're so slow. It's literally like pass one side to the next, and they go backwards and go back, and they're literally all in front of all the players. And if you want to win the game, you've got to get behind the defenders to win. So it is frustrating how we performed, and yeah, I think Stephanie's said it perfectly to me earlier, and if she's back now, hopefully she is.
I don't know. Is it
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah,
You're back. She can
Okay.
say it perfectly better than me about Mount, but it's just.
I
Yeah,
missed what you were saying. You're talking about
Well,
what
you-
I was telling you earlier.
yeah, tell me earlier about Mount.
I just think, Mount hasn't been on form, but in those type of games, it's exactly what we're missing. Like, Mount is the player that connects our midfield and attack, and Ziyech can't do that. Like, he was trying yesterday, and he just can't. Like, regardless of how bad Mount has been, that is what we're missing. We can't create because our midfield and attack are literally like not doing anything together. And Havertz is off form. Ziyech gives up. You can tell, like, he, if something doesn't go right, he throws a strop and then he doesn't try it again because he gets in a little huff. That's why I'm like, we can't keep giving this guy chances. He pisses me off so much. Werner, if something goes wrong for him, he continues to keep trying. He won't stop. With Werner, he could miss 50 chances and create 50 more after that. Like, that's what we need. We can't keep doing this shit. Like, Lukaku has one chance the whole game, misses it, and now everyone's saying Lukaku's not good. What do you expect?
But
Every
you
other
know why they're
striker
saying
in
that.
football,
Yeah,
every other striker in football gets multiple chances to score a goal. You can't just say, "Oh, he's missed this chance." Like, well, we don't give him anything else. He had one chance the whole game.
Nah, but you know why people obviously target him because he's an easy, he hasn't been targeted before. £100 million striker doesn't perform in 2 games. But the only worrying concern is we've only had 1 shot on target in 2 games, and they're both against top teams. I want to count Juventus a top team, but
No, I'm sorry.
that's the
I'm sorry.
thing,
Don't look at that Juve team. That Juve team's fucking horrible.
That was fucking horrendous.
I agree. The
I'm
way they
sorry.
played yesterday.
They're just sorry to interrupt, Josh, but like
No, you're
they're
fine.
like they had an average keeper, a centre back that's not in the best of form, 2 average fullbacks, a really good centre back, fair enough. Their midfield bar Locatelli was fucking awful, and then you had Chiesa. I'm sorry, and Bernardeschi. I'm sorry, that team was fucking average.
That Chiesa guy is really good though. But look, for me with Chelsea, yeah. I mean, I can speak, right? Don't want
go for it.
Okay,
Go for it.
My issue with Chelsea is not bouncing back, because I do think that we could bounce back. We have world class players, and we have a top elite manager, in my opinion. My issue, my concern with this Chelsea team is those 2 10s behind Lukaku. Like, for sure, they got to step up, because if you look at our easy run of games, and if Havertz, Ziyech, Werner, if any of those guys don't perform in these easier fixtures of running games that we have coming up, I personally believe I don't have any faith that they will come good, because if they can't show anything in these smaller games and they're struggling in the big games that we played early on in the season, they can't give me any confidence early on. But to me, I think Ziyech's time is up now. If he doesn't show me anything in these games coming up, these Southampton, the Norwich, the Burnleys, those games, Malmos and those games, I think his time would be up after those games, because to me, he's older than all of our attackers, because Havertz is a player that's like 22, he's like 6-7 years younger than Ziyech. So I have more patience for Kai Havertz, but he has to start performing. I can't just keep be like, oh, he's adapting this. Bro, you gotta show us something, With Werner, I do agree with Stephanie. Werner gives us a much wider variety to choose from when he's playing more than Hakim Ziyech. Because to me, like, Ziyech just does nothing. I realize, right, that he's supposed to be a wizard, right? I know a wizard has more than one spell. The only spell this guy has is running from the right over to the left, pass it to the left back, get it back, and then cross it. This one diagonal ball he's been trying for the
that and just hella fouls. That's
so predictable.
Yeah, recently he's been giving away a lot of fouls too, and I've realized that
first 15 minutes he had about 3-4 fouls. Like, he was guaranteed a yellow card.
Yeah, and then the referee spoke to him and was like, "Yeah, you gotta calm down, you'll get a yellow card." But to me, I know Havertz was basically invisible yesterday, but this Ziyech guy, like, I know that Havertz is not a creative player. I know Havertz is much more suited to scoring goals, and he has to get in those positions. But that's what Ziyech's role to do, is to create. He's supposed to be this big time creator, and this guy does nothing. All he does, as I said before, he runs from the right over to the left, pass it to the left back, get it back, and try this one diagonal ball he's been trying for a year. And that's the only thing he does. And then the shots that he takes is just shots that everybody knows they're going to be blocked. They're not shots that's going to get on target. So
can I add to that point?
That's got to go.
Sorry, it's not to the point. Ziyech, it's not just you, but a lot of people are saying, he doesn't show perform in the next 2-3 games. He's finished. If he's finished, I understand. We can't sell him. He's still going to be playing in that team. So don't you think, he still has that time till that August transfer window to at least prove himself?
He does have until the end of the season. Why is he still starting?
I mean,
because he's not starting, and he's not starting because we're giving him chances. No, there's no such thing as giving chances.
Werner barely gets a start. We never see Cho get played in any of the forward positions. Pulisic's always injured.
Because I think he knows he's at least with
chance after chance in the forward 3 positions. Cho can't buy a minute in that position.
Now you've got Loftus-Cheek balling out.
Yeah. Look,
But
Yeah,
that
Loftus-Cheek.
shows that he
Big up
sees something
Artem
in
as well.
Ziyech.
Big up Artem as well, saying I want Loftus-Cheek to get the next start. He deserves it. Brought a completely different energy in our attack when he came on, and we needed that, especially against a low block. Loftus-Cheek, if we're talking about playing players on form, Loftus-Cheek needs to be getting more game time.
yeah.
And I'll be
Loftus-Cheek-
either in the pivot or in the front three.
I was going to say, in that pivot, in the two, Loftus-Cheek's the first name on the team sheet.
Yeah, I agree with you because he looks a lot more progressive with his play, and he has better end products. Kovacic looked hella sloppy in that first half.
Yep. He only looks better in the second half.
First half were on him.
And the only reason he looked better in the second half is because Loftus-Cheek took the majority of the ball, and he didn't have to have the ball that much. So, to me, and I know this is going to be probably unpopular, but like, I was quiet because he played well last year, and he did play really well into the Euros. But for me, against these low block teams, Jorginho's got to go, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He offers absolutely nothing. Offers absolutely nothing in these games against low block teams. Nothing. He's not being pressed, so you don't need a press resistor. He has zero creativity. I don't think he played one forward ball yesterday. He offers nothing from a scoring perspective. He doesn't shoot from outside the box, and he doesn't drive the ball. So, like, I understand he was really good last year when teams didn't quite know what we were doing, and we were playing a different style of football. And he is really good press resistor and all that kind of stuff. We've seen it all, but against teams like this, he offers you zero, zilch, nada. He's not fast. He's nothing.
I don't know. I feel like he would have been a much
Then-
better player on the ball in terms of passing and continuing possession than Kovacic and Kante would have been together in the sort of game.
But
We've seen them when they're together, both the
What I'm getting to is Ruben Loftus-Cheek should take those minutes, and I'm not even remotely kidding about that. Or even I think for me, Loftus-Cheek has been a better player than anyone in our midfield this season. In the minutes that he's had, he's been a better player than anyone in our midfield, and I think that the tape shows that.
I have to agree with that. For me,
But that doesn't rely that Jorginho has to leave, though. That doesn't matter.
I didn't say he has to leave. I didn't say he has to leave.
Matt,
But in games like this,
just
doesn't need to play.
Time, guys. One at a time.
Matt,
Sorry.
just wear a Juventus shirt and be.
Okay. But no, the thing is with Jorginho, we've
see
had
this? Do you see this? Do you see this? Let me explain.
What's that?
This is called soccer field, Matt, for you.
No, it's football. It's football, not soccer.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so here's the thing: we pressing from wings, right?
Yeah.
Jorginho supposed to be and Kovacic supposed to be right here, right? When we pressing the ball, right? Why is he keeping possession the ball over here? Can you see it?
Which one's meant to be our half?
This is we're supposed to score over here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Why Jorginho passes the ball with Kovacic over here if we're the ones that pressing the ball? Why he's not pressing the ball over here? How are you supposed to bring ball from this position into this position? Explain it to me. Why does midfield not bring in from this position to this?
We know Jorginho isn't the driver. He's the one
Exactly.
But it's not even that. Like,
job.
there were
But we know
times
that.
yesterday he was like some of his passing was off yesterday, especially in
What
that
I'm
first
saying
half.
is, what I'm saying is,
but that's down to him needing a
Juventus-
rest. He can't get a rest because Kante's out every few weeks.
Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, Loftus-Cheek, though, I disagree that he's been our best midfielder. Kovacic has by a
That's
mile,
what I'm saying.
regardless of whether he was great yesterday or not. Kovacic has been our best midfielder this season.
we played with two defensive midfields yesterday on a low block team.
But we know what Jorginho brings. So we know he brings that composed stability in our team. We play much better football with his on. I do agree with that point though, Josh. Maybe he doesn't perform against those low block teams because we have more time and more chances to attack. I agree. If Loftus-Cheek starts against those low block teams, whatever. But Jorginho definitely needs to be in this team for the big games, 100%.
Yeah.
I
Like,
love
listen,
going.
I do understand that Jorginho is an intelligent midfielder. I know that Lewis knows I have a bit of a Jorginho agenda for
A bit.
a minute. A big Jorginho agenda. I should say. With Jorginho, I always believe that the things that he's good at, that's the thing about him and Kovacic. The things he's good at, Kovacic isn't good at. And the things Kovacic are good at, he isn't good at. For me, with Jorginho, I do think that he's an extremely intelligent midfielder, and I do think that in the right system that he'll work. And I do think that he's been working for us for sure. But as Josh just said, against like low blocks, you're gonna need somebody that's gonna carry the ball and has like some dribbling to get past players. Because if you have a lot of players behind the ball and he's so stagnant and doesn't really move from his positioning, it's not gonna help us really, because he doesn't take shots outside the box, because he's not that sort of player. And I've been realizing that recently he doesn't even try to like split the defense to get someone in behind. I rarely see that from Jorginho. And I believe that Loftus-Cheek, he's like one of the most complete midfielders at Chelsea, because he could pass, he could dribble, he could shoot, he's good in the box, he's strong. I believe that since Jorginho, since Loftus-Cheek has better feet than Jorginho, we could probably give him a run of games in up against the low blocks than Jorginho. And I've been saying this. This is the reason
I think they're both two different profiles. Loftus-Cheek is a driver, Jorginho's a sitter.
That's what I'm saying. And
but he can do that job. Like I don't. There's nothing in Jorginho's skill set that is required in games like that. Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't need somebody just to collect the ball from Silva and give it to Kovacic in a game like that. It's a useless skill set in that type of game. And if you watched, I think someone brought this up after the game yesterday, but if you saw at halftime, as soon as the whistle went, Lukaku ran straight over to Jorginho and Kovacic, and he's basically like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like,
Well, as you say,
pass me the ball."
When they came back out at half time, he was talking to Jorginho.
Yeah, it was
when
me.
they were
Josh,
walking out,
it was me telling that yesterday.
Lukaku and Jorginho were talking, and it was Lukaku that was the one that was the more vocal one of the two talking to him.
Because he's asking for service. He's like, Jorginho, stop passing the ball over to Kovacic or passing it over to Chilwell. Like, look for me on a run or something, for fuck's sake. Like, we have the ball in their half the whole game, and he's yet to play a single forward ball. Like, there's literally like when Johnny talks about Gilmore, like Gilmore could do the exact same thing as Jorginho. If you're asking him to just come in there and cycle the ball around, like, there's not many players who can't do that.
But nah.
But it's not as good as.
Here comes
we had this
Lewis defending his
conversation
boy.
about Jorginho last season, though.
You ain't gonna come in and switch your camera on as soon as someone mentions Loftus-Cheek. Come on, man.
I'm eating. I don't want you on your stream.
You see, I said Loftus-Cheek and you switched your camera on. You proved my point.
But like, listen, it's crazy how a lot of people are switching their tune about Loftus-Cheek, and you guys are talking bare crap about Loftus-Cheek. Oh, he was buns at Fulham. Oh, he was this and that. And I was telling y'all, the Fulham is to get him a run of games. Like, I saw Leroy Sané yesterday. I know it's Dynamo Kiev, but Sané was injured, got his run of games. His pace looks back like when he was at Man City. He looks frightening. Like, Loftus-Cheek could come back and do the same thing. Like, the injury, the first year to make sure he stays fit, because you know he's always out with injuries. He got through that. Now it's about playing time and coming back to speed. So now RLC could do that, and it's like, I feel Jorginho only does one thing, and when it doesn't go well, it sucks, and then when it does go well, it's all right. And it kind of affects us because we centralized our game around him when we're in possession. So when he's not on it and he's not, making it tick, we don't tick. You know what I mean? So I feel like that switch. And another thing I want to bring up to the panel, don't you think teams are figuring out how to play against us now? Like, it's kind of getting where teams are figuring that out.
Yeah,
Again, this is where having different profiles of players is needed, and we don't have anyone of certain profiles. We've got one player on our fucking team that can take a player on, and he's injured.
Well, that's foolish, exactly.
Yep.
For me,
Right, that's against low blocks. And this is why I'm sorry. Like, I know this is gonna, Lewis. This is the take I was saying was gonna piss people off. In January and the summer, my top 3 targets for us are Zaha, Alan Saint-Maximin, and Rafinha. And I'm not even.
They're average players.
I don't care.
No, Rafinha's not average.
Rafinha's a baller, though.
I was going to say every single one of them can beat a man, which we don't have apart from Pulisic. And all I hear is end products for all 3 of them. And you were talking like our current creators have got any end product.
But Rafinha has end product. Like, I can understand saying that about Zaha, Saint-Maximin sometimes, but
Zaha's finished.
It's a
No,
it's a
he's
skill
not.
set.
No,
It's a
he's
skill
not.
set
He's
thing.
not.
You can say Palace. You can say
This is
Palace.
do you have to be mudded again?
You can say
We
Palace.
told you about Chiesa.
Say that.
No, we told you
You
about
guys,
Chiesa.
keep chatting shit about that
Bro,
pasta
Saint
merchant. Keep talking
Maximan,
about the pasta merchant.
Rafinha are two ballers who I want in this squad immediately. Zaha,
No,
I
no,
hear
2
you have
seasons ago,
questions, but I
Zaha.
still would take Zaha as well because we got
Bro,
no.
Zaha
space
could be.
It's like I said,
anyway.
and
Oh my God.
I'm genuinely serious. I'd take Vinicius Jr. at this point because I've seen him beat players. I know his end product is shit, but I don't care.
He's gonna be
Like,
a
I'm sick of
long
seeing
man.
players not being able to like
And his
make
end product
plays
actually
behind and
improved.
beat a man. I'm
Yeah,
genuinely
he's
sick of
improved.
it.
But like, why
Yeah,
would
I get
we
what.
have to be realistic, bro? Why would Vinicius Jr. leave Real Madrid?
I'm not saying he would. My
No,
point
no,
is, I'm not
He
saying
won't
he
do
would.
that.
But my point is I just want someone like if I'm in Tuchel's position in January and in the summer, my first port of call is to get a winger that can or a creative player that can beat a man because there's no one in our team that can do it. And against the low block, that is the number one thing. You either need someone who can play in between the lines, and we've got no one, or you need someone who can beat a man and gravitate other players towards him to create space for other players like Lukaku, Werner, Havertz, etc. And again, we've got one player.
Scott, I seen Sane yesterday. Hold on. I seen Sane yesterday. Dynamo Kiev played like pretty compact. He beat like 5 players off the dribble, just off of pure pace alone. Didn't do any. He did like one step over, and then it causes so much chaos because they start panicking, pulls people out of position. Now it creates a space for other attackers and stuff like that, and we don't have that. It's all side, back, trying to like play you like. We don't got that.
Exactly.
What about Chiesa?
Just before you guys go, declared saying you all saying Johnny was right this whole time. Ha. Yeah, Johnny's gonna come in on smoke in a few minutes too. Dinishan saying teams will park the bus now. Thomas Tuchel needs new tactics. Bro, if you look at the games you got coming up, teams other than Southampton, teams are already gonna park the bus against us. And we already know over the last 4 or 5 years, that's been Chelsea's biggest weakness. Romelu Lukaku was meant to be the one that fixed that, but now we're sitting here and none of our creators are turning up. So we've gone from one problem to the other problem. Artem as well also says, just before you go, not going to lie, biggest regret this summer is selling Livramento. He is balling, taking people on the right side. We could use that. Rafinha in, please. Livramento didn't want to re-sign. He wanted to leave. That was on him. Like, we wanted to keep Livramento. Hudson-Odoi would probably be at Dortmund right now if that was the case, but he wanted to go. So we can't really do anything about that. We got him on a buyback clause. We could cash that in if we wanted to, but that's going to be our only way of getting Livramento back into the club. And I
50
agree.
million.
And the thing is, I would say
50?
no.
It's 38 million pounds because we.
I'm not. I know he's been good. I know he's been good, but he's been good for like a month. I'm not paying 38 million for a guy who's been good for a month.
Yeah,
for a
definitely.
relegation
It really was that much. I thought it was less than that.
So
the thing is as well
it's go ahead, Scott.
With Livramento, we didn't know how good he was going to be as well. Like, he's been good, but we didn't know how good he was going to be. And like, you couldn't ask our 2 wing backs to be Livramento and James. Like, as we're seeing now, we need another option there with experience of playing in that position, who isn't Aspi, who's about 40 at this point. And that's the thing. So like, Livramento staying wouldn't necessarily have helped. It might have done, but we didn't know how good he was going to be, and I still wouldn't take him back at 38 million.
You know what?
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
You know
so
what?
I think a bit better.
This is something that isn't spoken of. Hold on, I think my mic's been giving a bit of problems.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Gee, that's better.
Back. There we go. Go.
There you go.
Okay. You know what's the issue that I found out with Chelsea? Like, we got rid of Fabregas 2.5 years ago, and we never like tried to replace him. And I remember when Fabregas left the club, he was like Jorginho.
We did with Jorginho.
Yeah,
I
was
remember
crying.
I remember when Fabregas left, he was like, yeah, he had to leave Chelsea because Jorginho is so good, and he couldn't stay around here with Jorginho.
It was sorry, son.
No.
That's one.
Yeah, he called him sorry son. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, but I
till he
mean,
left.
Fabregas's legs were done at 30 anyway.
he was
so it wouldn't
done.
have made that much difference.
I mean, if you think about it, his legs were kind of done already. It's
But
just
his passing, but
his passing.
his passings are not.
That's why
Yeah,
you
but-
always
yeah,
play
but we
matches
played
next to
him-
him.
But we played him in a 2-man pivot under Conte, and he struggled because of that. His legs were finished.
Yeah.
Wait.
Don't
Who did he
remember
play next
17-18?
to?
Yeah,
N'Golo
Who did he
Kante,
play
and
next
he was
to?
just sweeping
Yeah,
Kante, and he was just sweeping up his mistakes.
we won the league. You forget that with
What?
Kante, we won the league.
With Matic and Kante and Fabregas off the bench.
Fabregas off the bench, yeah.
He didn't
Oh, yeah,
start
yeah,
that many
yeah,
He
games.
didn't really
yeah.
start that much games, yeah. He
Yes, he
started
did.
with Joseph.
He barely
Nah,
started.
Not really.
He got
When we
he
won
got
the
starts
league?
here and there. He got starts here and there, but Conte
When
rarely
we
ever
won the
changed his
league,
starting
when we
11.
won the league,
When we won the league?
He was starting a lot.
16-17.
I can tell you.
When we won the
He
league.
didn't really start that
In
much.
16-17, he barely started.
Yeah.
Yes,
Came
he
off the bench
did.
And he played.
No,
Nah,
he
played like
didn't.
every-
It
I
was
think he played-
Matic and Kante in the majority
No,
of the
bro.
game.
Bro, no. These are the season we beat Arsenal like 3-1 and beat City 3.
Lewis
What?
is right. Lewis
Man
is right.
City 3-1, one of the rare starts that he had.
Arsenal, we beat
game,
Arsenal.
Yeah, when he came off the bench.
Lewis is right.
Yes.
In the 16-17 season, Matic made 34 appearances, 29 starts, 5 from the bench. Kante started every single one of those 34 games, and Fabregas made 28 appearances, 13 starts, 15 from the bench.
Yeah, he didn't start that many games.
That's crazy.
Got something to say?
Yeah, because his legs were done by that point, and he was still there at Chelsea for another 2.5 years. Legs were
No, I was
finished.
wrong then. I could have swore he started.
Nah,
but
you're
the
thinking
problem-
of 14-15, and he played most of the games that season.
The problem, the thing is, when he played less games, we're playing a counter-attacking style again under Conte.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. I got that wrong.
Yes,
You
and
know
then
what I'm
17-18, we were playing a majority of teams that sat deep against us because they figured out how to play
Yeah.
against us, and Fabregas was ineffective.
Yeah, I think I just saw something here, but what I was saying, like we were supposed to replace Fabregas with Jorginho, but like we have to be honest with this so this guy
They're not the
is
same player.
nothing. This guy is nothing like Cesc Fabregas,
No.
bro. Like,
Fabregas is more long passes, Jorginho's more shorter passes.
It's because
But, like,
Fabregas started as a
Fabregas was good
10.
at
Even the short passes.
But
I'll say-
Fabregas was good at both.
Yeah, but
That's
it's because
the thing.
Fabregas started as a 10, so was used to being the creative midfielder, and then progressively moved back in his career to play as an 8. Where Jorginho has always played as a 6. He's never played as a creative player.
Yeah, and I understand.
Yeah, but
that,
the thing is, what annoying me, we shouldn't be like going at players now. It's like we've had 2 bad results. Yes, we've had 2 bad results, and we should be playing better. And Tuchel should have done different decisions.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating me is, yes, we need. Some what Scott said is right. We do need that sort of player to go beyond because Perisic is injured. But look, with you, like you've gone like Jorginho this and then gone to other players. It's like, no, if Jorginho was that bad, why would he be up there to be the best player at the moment in midfield in the
he's
world?
not bad. That's not what we're saying. I'm not saying that he's bad. I just think that like
I don't know. I don't know why
I don't
he's
think
there.
he's
is
bad.
our
He's not
attack,
bad.
not
I don't think
midfield.
he's bad or anything. I think Jorginho
100%
is
he's not bad.
extremely.
I don't know why
talented
he's
player.
in the.
No, the problem is our midfield link to attack. Like,
Yeah, because we don't have someone in the attack that is coming into the midfield to link up.
You need to receive
Exactly.
the
That's
ball.
what Mason
They
Mount
That's
does.
exactly what Mount does.
Exactly,
That's what Mount
exactly.
Yeah,
does.
but I agree with that. But at the same time, why a midfield doesn't move up when we have a low block team playing against us?
Well, that's
You
not
can look-
Jorginho's role. That's more Kovacic
Yeah.
or whoever's next to him.
Hold
Jorginho's
on a second. Why Jorginho passing to Kovacic and half if there's nobody on him?
they love doing that. They love doing that.
Deeper
That's a
player.
shame. Like, yeah, I realized that yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like I don't have anything against Jorginho.
It's habit. It's habit.
But he's not one of my favorite players. I don't have. But the issue is, I just think that like you a player like Cesc Fabregas was a generational talent. So to find a player to replace Fabregas would be extremely difficult.
But
But
isn't that the whole point?
just
Because
never
they
did.
are completely different players, and you said
Yeah, they're
he's
not.
generational in his own way. Big up
Yeah.
JJ Bridge also saying,
a
"Hey Lewis,
generational
unpopular opinion. We should have signed the Dharma from Wolves. All he does is beat the man and swear
Oi.
the ball. We missed
Oi.
that. Who wanted Adama?
Someone said it in it, but apparently he's got no
Yeah.
fucking end product.
Someone said it, and we
I still
got
don't want it.
slandered.
I
It
still
is
don't
what it is.
You can
Lane
actually
Lane
take on a man and get across.
Lee Lane also says, totally
For
agree
60
with
mil?
Scott.
Like,
Anyone who watches St. Maximin and Rafinha will see they create havoc against all types of sides in the league. And
yeah,
we
but
need
Rafinha's
such sorts of
ACL as well.
creativity. Scott, I'm glad you're getting your flowers. Big up Johnny in the chat as well. What are you saying, bro?
Big up, Lewis. Big up, everyone. Yeah. How you
Well,
doing?
you will be enjoying this stream because we're all saying the same things you were saying, and we're missing Money Mace, but here's what it is.
I'm not enjoying it because we've lost two massive games. Like, let's have it right. I'm not really happy. Do you know what I mean? But what I will say is all the clowns saying to rest Mason Mount. Well, this is the reason why you don't rest Mason Mount. We've only been forced to not play him because he's got a little knock or whatever. But I think it's not just Mason Mount. It's also Reece James and it's also Pulisic. And for this last game was Kante. So I think we've got injuries to those four players are probably the worst injuries you could get all at the same time for the games that we've just played, because they all offer Tuchel a lot of options, not just tactically, but in the way that we can move, we can change within the game, we can change tactics and the way we play. And also the other issue is, since James has been off in the wing back situation, it's really hurt us. Because for me, Aspilicueta, he is like a good insurance policy defensively, but when you're looking at him defensively, he hasn't got the minerals like that. And it's not really a criticism to Aspi, because that's not really his position. But he's super versatile, and his age that is starting to show through at the minute. I think Alonso just had that Alonso we all hate performance last night. He just wasn't at it.
100%.
And I think I was glad to see Chilwell come on. And I think Chilwell now is got to sort of bring everything to the table now, because we really need him. You could see when he came on, he just offered something slightly different. And offensively, I think he's great. He's got pace as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, big up, Josh.
Yeah, big up, Josh.
Yeah, big up. Big up, Josh. So yeah, like I'd say, when I was asked on a space, like everyone says, what's the weakness of our team, and I said the wing backs. Not criticising them or trying to like have a go at them, but I think in that department, if they do not support the front line, then we're kind of nullified up front. We have to rely on like an eye through a needle ball or some sort of magic moment. Whereas in this formation, the wing backs are part of our attack. If they're not performing or they're pegged back like Pep did to us at City, then you're kind of like you're handcuffed, so to speak, when you're going forward, because they overlap, they create space, they draw the defenders out of the opposition. We didn't have any of that for the last two games. We struggled. So that is for me if you're an opposition side, you're going to look to stopping the wing backs from pushing forward, all right? Because you rely on Jorginho and Kovacic, whoever's in the middle of the park, to break the press, and then that allows the wing backs to push forward and gives you width, right? Well, we haven't been able to do that, and credit to Juve. I mean, obviously Bonucci and De Ligt had a masterclass. They just defended fantastic, and the whole team defended. Let's have it right. They all literally parked the bus. They got the 1-0. They should have scored earlier. Let's have it right as well. So we
not really.
We did. It was our own mistakes.
We should have scored earlier. Lukaku should have taken his chance first half from corner.
Yeah, you say that, but they had a chance. Rabiot should have squared it to Bernardeschi.
Yeah, that Rabiot chance was.
You had
was
Chiesa. Mendy made a good save against Chiesa in the first half, and then there was the Kovacic challenge that was nearly a penalty. Like a second later, and he gives away a penalty.
So what I say is,
I feel like all those are hatching.
That was down to our own mistakes. We gave them those opportunities. It wasn't them creating it. They were waiting for us to make a misplaced pass or just get caught out because they were so deep. Yeah, and that's the problem when Chelsea play against low block sides. We've always struggled. Always. All right. Now, we all thought, let's get Lukaku in, we get a proper number 9 in, and we'll get those chances and he can bag it away because we're not clinical enough. Well, for the last two games, Lukaku has had he had the chance at City game, I'm sure he did, and he had 3 chances in this game, but one was the one from Barkley. I can't believe I'm saying fucking Ross Barkley played in the ball, bruv. Yeah, but Barkley played in the ball to his feet, and really, I think any other game he probably would have bagged that. He just didn't bag it. He wasn't clinical enough, and we ended up losing the game because that was the golden chance for me at that part of the game. But for me, I think everyone needs to stop going at Havertz, Mount, the people around Lukaku, and actually look at Lukaku himself and say, why should we build the team around the Lukaku when Lukaku needs to adapt to the way Tuchel plays? And I think that's the problem. I think Lukaku is not adapting well enough to the way we play, and everyone's trying to just adapt to his style of play. And at the end of the day, yeah,
I get where he's coming from.
There's no dispute about Lukaku's a top class striker, yeah. But for me, if you look at the last 2 games, all right, how our pressing at the front has been so poor, man, so poor. And Mason Mount gives you that aggression and intensity. And when he presses, everyone presses with him, right? Well, we haven't had any of that, especially against City, right? You need to press City. How we played when we played in the Champions League final, yeah? How we've played against them
but against Man City, we only had 2 forwards up top. We didn't even have 3.
But that's down. That's not Tuchel's fault, and that's why when I first
that's not Lukaku's fault either, though.
Yeah, but the funny thing. Hold on. But the point is, the point is, right, is that Tuchel's been forced to play and set up the way we have these last 2 games. It's not Tuchel's fault, because I don't think if he had the 4 players I mentioned, he wouldn't have played the way he did against City. He was forced to play like that. All right. We've got to be real about it. He was forced to play.
Not with 2 really. Like, we did have other wingers on the bench that we could have used to play 3 up top if we needed.
Because we did that in the second half.
I don't think, like, with Cho, I think Cho is going to have to resort to being a right wing back. I don't see him being in the front 3. All right, and that's sad to see because I think that's his best position. And then if you look
that's the thing, though. And I'm not saying like Cho's the answer to all of our problems. I'm seeing Ziyech stink up the pitch every fucking game,
bro.
And it's like, but what? Cho will come in, have 1 5 out of 10 performance, and you won't see him for another month and a half.
Yeah, but Lewis, if you look at
why not Ziyech,
right? If you look at Ziyech, bruv, Ziyech, man. For me, but Cho came on, bruv, and he did more than Ziyech did in the whole entire first half, and the whole time he was on the pitch, right? Let's be real about it. The guy just, I don't know what it is, yeah. He's just not turning up, and he's at the bottom of the pecking line for me. Cho should be above Ziyech, 100%, right? And Loftus-Cheek needs to get a shout. He's come on. Now, I said before the game, I said if Mason Mount's not playing, obviously he's not playing, then I think if you want someone who's going to progress the ball, try and play a ball and make something happen, Loftus-Cheek can do at least half of what Mason Mount does, right?
Wasn't England national team
and Loftus-Cheek did very well when he come on. He did very well, and he played really well. But you can't. I'm not going to let Jorginho and Kovacic get away with it, right? But there is an explanation as to why I think they had such a poor game. Is that because there was no link between them and the front line? All right. Normally you'd have a Kante or you'd have a Mason Mount who they could have an outlet to or an actual option. They never had that option, so their only option was to go left or right, or rely on Jorginho would have to rely on Kovacic going forward, right, leaving space behind him if he did lose the ball. And then we got caught out when Jorginho made a couple misplaced passes. But they were slightly exposed for me. And when I say pressing from the front, Lukaku cannot press. He's not a pressing forward. When we played with Kai Havertz, Werner and Mason Mount, we had fluidity, we had pressing, they would inter-exchange with each other. We had all that. We don't have any of that right now. That's all gone out the window. And I feel like Lukaku is a spanner in the works for our side. Everyone is trying to adapt to him. He's trying to adapt to all the players around him. And nothing's clicking. And you can see Tuchel is trying so hard to put Ziyech in there. He's putting everyone in he can possibly put in to try and make something click. We just need someone to click. Now, for me, I would have taken Lukaku off in the second half, maybe midway, right? I would have put Werner on and put Kai Havertz false 9. Because Kai Havertz was so poor, bruv, why was he still on the pitch? Yeah? All right? I would have put Kai Havertz false 9 because for
Nah,
me
bro.
that is
Kai
his
Havertz
best.
was
That's
terrible,
his
bro.
his best position, bro. That is his best position.
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
I don't
nah,
know.
I gotta, nah, bro. I think
Jesus
Kai Havertz was
Christ.
terrible,
I
bro.
will say there is a
Oh.
question to be asked.
No
Like, is Kai
blasphemy.
Havertz playing that poorly because we haven't put him in the middle yet?
Who?
What?
There is a question to be asked. Like, is Kai Havertz playing that badly because we haven't put him in the middle?
Well,
Because
he's
we
a
always know he seems
He's
to struggle.
no.
when
He's
playing on the
played it
wing.
right forward before. He played it right forward at Leverkusen, so there's no argument. No, he
But
played it right forward at
we can't
Leverkusen.
even use the.
Okay, if he did, then fair enough.
We
There's
can't
no-
even
no.
use the
He has
excuse
played
of
as all right,
the
yeah. But what I'm
middle.
saying to you is, as a false 9, he's better. He's always been better as a false 9.
So, but you would take him off, or put
in this
Lukaku
game,
off for Werner.
I would have. In this game, I would have. And if I'm going to put it like this, yeah, if Werner was on that pitch and that Barkley chance came to Werner and he missed, all of you be on his fucking head, all right? But it's not. It's a different scenario with Lukaku all of a sudden. Well,
Because
it
Lukaku's
shouldn't
been
be.
in for 5 games. He's been in for 5 games.
It
so-
doesn't.
I was going to say,
It
and
doesn't matter.
I was
It
going to
doesn't
say,
matter.
and it's one chance. It's one
It's not,
chance.
he had
that he
3
missed.
chances.
Lukaku,
And as well,
Lukaku's been scoring goals.
Bro, he had
Well,
one big chance.
No one,
and that
no
was
one
it,
said
bro.
that he shouldn't be criticised as well. No one said that he shouldn't be criticised. But the way you're acting as though, he should be out of the team. He's not doing anything.
I'm
Any
not
other
saying
again.
I'm not
No
saying he should
service.
be out of the team, Scott. I'm not saying
You just said he should be taken off.
I said as a tactical substitution in that game, we needed. Listen, when you're playing against a low block like Juventus, you need movement. You need excellent movement. And if you're going to play the crossing ball to find Lukaku, right, you ain't going to have any luck with a defence, and especially an Italian defence. That's food and drink for them. Cross it in all day long and we'll header it out. You're not going to score like that. So the only way you can score
that's
How
not
did
Lukaku.
Lukaku
So then,
go up
hang
like
on.
30
So you
goals?
wanted to keep Havertz on, who had even less movement.
No, not as a false 9, he don't. As a false
No,
9,
but
he's got
I'm not
excellent
talking about as a
movement.
false 9 in that game.
Yeah, but with Lukaku, that was the problem.
Then take
That
off
was the
Havertz.
problem. It's not. I'm not saying Havertz had a fantastic game because he didn't. But what I'm saying to you is, if you put him in a false 9 with Werner, Werner's so key with his movement. He's fantastic with his movement.
Oh,
That's why we create so many chances and goals. No one was doing that.
Okay, but you gotta adapt though. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
but Lukaku has to adapt, bruv.
What do you
That's my
mean?
point.
Like, wait,
£100
hold
million
on. Hold on.
striker.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say
The way
something.
we
Hold
play.
on,
I'm
Johnny.
sorry.
Let me say something.
No, because what Lukaku was doing was he was holding up the ball. There was just no one making
there's nobody
runs.
running in behind him. Nobody's running close. Nobody's close to him. Ziyech is so
And
far
when he
away
did
from
make
him.
runs,
this
players had their heads
is
down.
my point, yeah. This is why Mason Mount is an absolute fucking baller because he will dip it in, right? He'll dip in. He'll get in the centre. He'll bring the ball, connect the midfield to the attack, and then you can have someone close to Lukaku in that meantime with a Kai Havertz. But Ziyech weren't doing that, bro. Every time Ziyech got coming deep,
Why
he
are
got
we
the
comparing
ball,
Mount and Ziyech?
because
Mount.
Ziyech was the one that was dropping in deeper than Kai Havertz. in
Ziyech
that
was
game.
not, but like
Hold
Ziyech.
on,
He got subbed off.
Johnny.
Look,
Hold on, Johnny.
everyone's saying Mount obsession, but I can't lie.
It's not
He's
Mount
spitting.
obsession. It's
No,
absolute
you're
fact.
spitting
That's what I'm
facts.
saying.
That's
That's
the
what I'm
thing.
saying.
Like
Wait.
people don't want to hear it, but it's
Look,
true.
Mount
He
would
was
have
good
been
this game.
Mount would have been
Lukaku.
nice to have, but look, what we really do need is someone that could give incisive passes. We still don't have that. I feel like that's our main issue right now. And like for the
But that's
fact that
because
our
of,
wing
that's
backs
because
are
of
not,
Lukaku up front, bruv. When you got Lukaku up front, yeah.
bro,
if you're
Lukaku
playing
can make
this,
runs.
if you're playing this system, yeah. If you're playing it, look, Lukaku at Inter Milan, even Conte's come out. He likes to go wide and playing ball. Like when Lukaku plays, he plays with Martinez. It's like a two striker formation. Well, Tuchel doesn't play like that. He plays 3 up front. So he's tried the 2, and it's not working with the players that he's played with Lukaku. No one can play with Lukaku right now.
You keep forgetting one thing, Johnny.
again?
Hold on, Johnny. Let me say something. Johnny, you keep forgetting one thing. When Lukaku played under Conte, Lukaku was the low block team. So
What's that?
Lukaku was the low block team.
Exactly. They play counter-attacking.
Exactly. So
We
that's
don't play
why
that. We
Lukaku
play-
was
we
using
play
as a wide.
Right. And I said this before we bought him. I said he plays in a counter-attacking system. We do not play like that. Yesterday's game, we were complete possession. We're a possession-based team. When Tuchel plays for his Tuchel ball, we have all the ball and we like to recover the ball high up the pitch, deep in their half. Is that correct? Yes, we do. With Lukaku, he's not a tiki-taka player. He's just not that
Hold
player,
on, but
bro.
like, wait, he doesn't
Doesn't
have
he do?
to be
He does
bad.
that for Belgium. What are you on about?
Wait, can I just say something?
We're
Like,
talking
bro,
we're talking about Chelsea and Inter
bro,
Milan. They
hey,
play
Johnny,
two completely
let me say
different
something.
styles.
And he plays the same way for Belgium.
Yeah, and
like,
how's that
what
working
are
out,
you
bro?
talking about, Johnny? Relax, bro. But like,
Wait,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on a minute, guys. Yeah, I understand. I think
You gotta say
what
something.
Johnny's been saying spinning some facts here in certain aspects.
Johnny, let me tell you
What I
something.
what I- well, hold on,
Go ahead. Go. Well, I
What
thought you finished.
Just
what I do agree with like Lukaku is the lack of movement sometimes. Like sometimes I mean like I know it's not his role, but for me I think if we played Werner and Lukaku, I think Werner's pressing and his movement and his run. He always if it's one thing that if Werner can't offer us with finishing, he does have very good link up play and off the
Yeah.
ball he's very good. With Lukaku, you have to give Lukaku a lot of service, but sometimes I think like once or twice he could at least just like press someone. He's a big physical presence. He could probably press someone, get the ball. I don't know. So maybe he doesn't have to do it all the time, but like sometimes you need that from a world class player to make something out of nothing.
He's not that player.
just
Look,
before we go,
look,
Dinishan says
look.
both Rom and Kai do the same thing and do not press. That's why they both are at their best when they play in the middle. And like we said, there's just no movement from the two other forwards.
Yeah, so
JJ
Bridge
Bridge
you got
also
to play one or
says,
the other, Lewis. That's my point.
Yeah.
You got to play one or the
big
other.
up JJ Bridge also saying there's a reason Ruben didn't go on loan. Can't lie, it is kind of because we couldn't find a club for him, but it's all for the better as well because he's been amazing.
Johnny.
Just
here's-
before you
hang
go,
on.
just
Go
before you
ahead.
go, Jester's also saying, big up Lewis and the panel. Thank you for the love that you all sent. I was hoping Chelsea was going to get a smile out of me, but I was wrong. We need Captain America. Yes, we do, and everyone
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
true.
Send
Yeah.
Jesters your love as well, because everyone's so quick to send him
Big up
slander when it's
Jester,
about
mate.
jokes.
Jester.
Send him your love, send him your support, bruv, because he fucking needs it right now. Big up yourself, Jesters, and take care of yourself. Rokar also says Chelsea fans need to calm down. We just lost 2 games, one with the champions of England and the other with the Italian giants at their own.
They're
I
no
do hear
giants.
that,
They're
but
no
we are
giants.
also seeing consistent patterns over the last
Both
We had
games.
enough
Both have been the
minerals.
games
We had
we're
enough
winning.
minerals to beat Juve. I'm sorry, we did
Look,
have enough.
Yeah,
on
we
there.
did.
We should have
Lewis
done.
put it really well last night on Robbie's channel. Is we weren't outplayed. We caused these results.
Yeah,
Both
Yeah,
of
we
these
let them.
results.
We let them do what they
Complacency
did.
and sloppy
we're kind of
passing.
outplayed.
Both of these
Like
results
the
are because
Juventus
we
thing.
played poorly.
Just because we had the possession doesn't mean
It
that
was
we're
too.
not
It was
outplayed.
too slow. It was too slow.
If we
Yeah,
played
and
well,
also,
that could have been
another-
0-0 or
Another
1-0
thing,
Chelsea.
Lewis, yeah. When Adoy came on and Chilwell
Dickheads.
come on, right? Now Adoy, every time he got the ball, he had two men on him. 2 men every time. But normally in a situation, if you had Mason Mount in there, Mason Mount would support him, so he'd have the 2-on-1. Mason Mount would create space, he'd do the 1-2 and Adoy set free. He didn't have any of that link up with him. So he was always forced to go back, or he'd have to take on both men, which he did a few times. Credit to Cho, he did do that. But again, you're just pumping it and crossing it in there, hoping that you're going to find the Lukaku amongst fucking 5 Juventus
Look, our
shithousery
problem
defenders.
is that Tuchel has to tell double cams to play closer to Lukaku so that they could feed off of him, and like you could do 1-2, like the way Hazard used to do. I know we don't have a Hazard type player, but the way Hazard
That'd be Pulisic for us right now.
Yeah, but exactly. So the way you could like do a 1-2, then get in the box, and that's how it could be flowing. But they're so far away from Lukaku is the fact that they're not providing anything, and Ziyech and Havertz, they just look so.
That's the
They
point I'm
can't
trying to
dribble
make.
anybody.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. We need dribblers. Like for the fact that look, I gotta have a conversation about Havertz. I know you could say he's good at this position. I mean, can I say, we gotta put him in the midfield because he was playing the midfield under Lampard, and everyone was saying, oh no, he has to be further up. Lampard was playing as a DM or whatnot. So my point is, we gotta have a conversation about Havertz. Sometimes I feel like he's mentally not there. He's just strolling through the game. Bro,
everyone's mentally tired, bro. Even Tuchel said it. Everyone's mentally tired. It's not just about
mentally tired.
Physically,
Bro.
Mentally tired. It's another side of the game. It's another side of the game.
When
that no
did
one really
Tuchel say
knows
they were
about.
mentally tired? I never heard Tuchel say that.
He did. He said mentally tired.
He did say that. Yeah, but what I can't agree with what Tuchel said. I mean, like we had a really difficult run of games, and if we look at the results at the end of it, we did okay. We lost 2 games, we drew 1, and we won all the rest. So I'm not necessarily angry, and I'm not playing down Chelsea and thinking we're not going to bounce back, because I know we will. The only issue is that
it's not worrying.
What I'm concerned about, as I said, is these 2 10s, and I just think it's time. And this is the second season now, and I think it's time
The
that you
wingers.
guys have to show us more. Even when we were winning games,
He won't change. He won't
hold on,
change
Johnny.
it.
Just one thing. Even when we were winning games, these 2 10s, apart from Mount, because Mount hasn't been in the best of form, but we do know that Mount gives us a lot. But with Havertz and Ziyech and Werner and these guys, this is second season now.
They're luxury players, mate. They're luxury players.
Hey, let me ask you.
Werner's been our best. Werner's sorry, Alex. Just want to say Werner in those positions. After Lukaku, Werner's been our next best player in those positions.
Let me ask you something. As a low block team, how is easier to defend when the team attacks you from the middle or from sides?
The middle.
From the middle, is this your from the middle?
Yeah.
Exactly. So why we had wingers like a midfield is always passing to the wide?
Thank you.
And not pressing.
But the problem is that why can't we have wingers?
No, but then
that's why.
No,
this goes back to the issue that I've brought up before, where our wing backs.
I'm saying, but this is why I'm saying why we missed the Mount. This is why I'm saying we missed the Mount in big games. I give him for the bad performances, but in those situations, I can see tactically why he's doing it.
It's what he does for the team. That's the point. It's what he does for the team. Yeah, that's what he does.
Let him finish.
I'm actually supporting your thing, and you still interrupted me, man.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Anyway, so what Mount does, he goes. I keep repeating itself for past 2 days now. Mount move outside the box. He moves outside the box. And that creates space for the wingers. When we have Kai Havertz and Ziyech, they are expecting the ball wide. So there's no place for the runner to make behind them. You see what I'm saying? So like Ziyech supposed to be closer to the outside the box, like in that little circle. That's where you want him to be, receiving the ball
too static,
from Kovacic,
from
Kovacic or Jorginho, not from the wingers.
Plus, fullbacks when Tuchel is wanting to play Alonso and Azpilicueta on the same. They don't overlap, so they don't give like you said, 2 guys on Hudson-Odoi, right? So they never overlap the winger, so they have a 2-man to play, or they could overload the wing. We weren't overloading the wing this the last game, and that was the problem with us. I'm like, it's too static. Everything's going through the middle. I know we all said we don't want to cross, but you have to find a way to stretch the team.
Well, that was the only option.
And it was the only option, but you got to stretch the team, though. It's like we don't have no dribblers. Kai Havertz does not dribble. He does not for $100 million player. I just do not like how I don't like his demeanor on the pitch. It's just so static, so sluggish, and he's just literally just going with the flow. Bro, I need you to collect the ball, get the ball on your feet, and make something happen. I just need someone to make something happen on the pitch. And we don't have that type of player right now, and that's what we're missing, a dynamic player.
That's the thing, right?
Look, Mason Mount is really that type
just before you guys go off, Artem saying Lukaku missed a chance, but Kai had 2 terrible headers. Yes, but we don't really know Kai Havertz is a header anyway. He's tall, but he still needs to bulk up a bit more. Rokar says the goal that Chiesa scored was lucky. There's no way we'll be conceding a goal like that, and that changed the game. No, it was not lucky. No, it was sloppy again. Rudiger fell asleep on the right hand side. He wasn't close to the other 2. No, it wasn't Silva's fault.
That's not Rudiger's fault.
No, it was
Rudiger
Silva.
was napping.
Close,
you could say all that.
That was not Rudiger's fault.
Rudiger got caught napping at the start of the second half. He didn't follow the rest of the back 3. He didn't notice Chiesa's run until it was too late. It was on him.
Not even that.
And the whole thing started with Aspi. The whole thing started with Aspi.
I was going to say,
should have challenged for that.
Yes, but But if Rudiger follows the rest of the back three, he gets back in time to stop.
Rudiger didn't have to follow. Rudiger sold us behind the player.
Let me say something though, please. One thing. Look, you got to understand. The other guys on the Juventus side are getting paid to score too. What the move they made, the move Chiesa made, he's been making that same move the whole first half. You know, those diagonal runs into the box, and this time, you know, they didn't track him, but it was a good move from Chiesa, and Chiesa was lethal with his strike, so it wasn't lucky. It wasn't a lucky goal. He's just a lethal scorer, and like and that's what he did.
And Rudiger got a block on it too, and it flew
he got a block on it, but
but if he followed the back three, he wouldn't have just got a block. He would have stopped the shot in time.
You know what?
Well, I feel like that was just his movement.
It was not Rudiger's fault.
It was not Rudiger's fault. It was
What's the movement of Silva and Christensen, and then watch Rudiger about 20 yards further behind?
And why should Piliqueta not challenge for that aerial duel?
Azpilicueta as well, he should have challenged for it. But what I was looking at when the ball was going in is I was looking at who was marking Chiesa, and I see Rudiger 20 yards away from the other back too. I didn't notice Azpi and Jorginho, to be honest. They could be partly responsible for it as well.
If anything, I would say it's communication.
I cannot
blame
napping. I'm sorry, I cannot blame nothing on our defenders. We lost 1-0. It's just about the midfield. I can't say nothing about the defenders.
Were forced, they were forced because from the back and the pivot we didn't have enough options with the outlet. We were forced to keep recycling. The more and more you recycle, you're going to make a mistake, and we did make a mistake, and we got caught for it. And we were a bit lethargic, But when you have so much possession, you don't do anything. That can work mentally. It can work in a negative way, All
that's
right?
what I can say. Excuse for Lukaku.
I think that's happened. But the bottom line is, if we had either Kante or Mount,
too,
right, in the middle, what Kante and Mount would have done is they would have helped. They would have given options to Jorginho and Kovacic, right? They would have progressed the ball, and then when we lose the ball, they both go and press to win it back. And then that is the difference. But we didn't do that.
All I'm saying is that
there was too much of a distance.
I don't want to see Ziyech and Havertz on the pitch again at the same time.
I don't want to see
Ziyech. I don't want to see Ziyech and Havertz on the pitch. It is just an eyesore. It's literally an eyesore to watch. Every time, all they do, they just don't know how to. They get the ball, they pass back. They get take on the man.
I think this is the best opportunity for Tuchel right now. The best opportunity for him to drop the players that he might not drop. You know, I think he's got an opportunity here to ruffle some feathers to get the boys playing, because something is not working. It's definitely not working these last two games. It's painful to watch. All right, and without the players that we've got, those four key players, he needs to switch something. Hopefully Mount, and I don't know about Kante because he's got COVID, but I think Mount's got to come back next game.
Was Mount call out for the English international? Was Mount call out?
So was James. James and Mount were both called up.
James.
Yeah.
He's injured for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But Tuchel said
I think Southgate cares. Man will bring him out with one ankle.
What a.
And he's not
gonna lie, I half expected him to call up.
What's his name? No. The right back for Liverpool, right back. Trent is out for a couple of months, is it?
I don't know if he's out, but he's not in the team.
Trent Alexander is injured. He is a big injury. He's going to be for a couple of months.
Oh well.
Does he?
What a shame.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Hopefully those dippers will rot, mate. Fuckers.
Couldn't happen to him.
No, okay, but like, could we talk about midfielders though sometimes? Because like between Jorginho and Kovacic, right? And Kovacic, we praise Kovacic all the time for his dribbles and whatnot, but for the fact that he's still not able, it's so sad that sometimes when the ball drops to him, like in front of the box, I know nothing is gonna happen, but that should be a threat we should have, like from shooting from deep like that. But we don't even have it from none of our midfielders. None of us take shots. Like did we have 0 shot on target yesterday? I think we did.
Wow.
I think we had one. Yeah, we've had one shot on target in 100.
The Lukaku one, isn't it?
Lukaku should have scored.
Because nobody tries. Like, and Kovacic, it's still sad to see that he cannot shoot from deep. He could and I need more incisive passes from him, not just dribbling. And he was the one that was giving the ball away, especially in the first half. He was kind of negligent with the ball and whatnot. And I'm like, Kovacic, I need more from you. We praise him for like the little things. We know he's pressure.
Mate, Kovacic, bruv. outside the box. He had an opportunity. He had 2 opportunities to play.
He did not
fucking
shoot.
Passes, bro.
He just passed it.
And he just,
I could imagine
shot like
Frank
an
Lampard
idiot.
on this team. I can imagine Frank Lampard on this team. I'm like, as a player, just not shooting those type. I'm like, that's a goal already. You have to take a try.
That's why I liked with Havertz. I like the fact that he was shooting. You know, he had a couple chances.
Well, Havertz
shot and got blocked. Yeah,
I don't
but the point
Havertz
is, no one in our team fucking has a shot, bruv. They don't just shoot, man. Make something happen, man.
Like
I've never
seen
that. If you got Bruno Fernandes, bruv, for United, he'll just take a shot.
But which is crazy,
bruv.
That's the type of player
and
we need.
don't. Lampard would do it. Like Mount would do it. Flipping. Havertz was doing it, but all right, it doesn't come off. But at least you're trying. We don't do any of that. We try and play this intricate, fucking pinpoint position football against a low block, especially against Italians. It's very difficult. You can't play like that. You got to make things happen at the same time. But the bottom line is, Pulisic is so important to us because he can fucking dribble. He's a dribbler.
And that was just that. He knows how to find his way into the box and poach.
Exactly.
And that's the main thing.
Not necessarily from the wide position. He can get into the box
in the middle
from
as well.
midfield too. Yeah,
exactly. So he's a very good poacher. He has very good movement.
So when I say
not like
Tuchel,
Werner, I think he has better movement.
Has struggled because Pulisic offers you that. Mount and Kante and Reece James right wing back. Those four players
and Chilwell
have really. Chilwell will ease in because Alonso's been performing. You can't say
Alonso.
Those four players have affected the way Tuchel likes to play badly, and they've all come at the same time. So we have to ride this out. We've done well up to the City game. We got away with it, but to get away with it against City and Juventus, I think you're asking for a bit too much, to be honest. And we got found out. And Tuchel's got to find a counter for when we're pressed on our wing backs, because the moment we're pressed on our wing backs, it's like we're nullified. We need something.
The problem is because we don't have wing backs that could, go forward with the ball. That's it.
Just before we go on any further, big up Rokar saying our team is best suited for counter-attacking football, with Werner and Havertz having pace and having a target man to link up play. But again, what happens when they sit a boss behind the goal and they don't give us the space to counter-attack?
Yeah, you got to understand we
challenge and we need to know how to deal with that if we're going to go anywhere.
I would say most of our players that we've got in the squad are not used to playing in counter-attacking teams or have played in possession-based teams a lot. Like if you look at most of the midfielders we've got, even Lukaku plays there for Belgium. Havertz for Bayer Leverkusen were more.
Lukaku played for Inter Milan the whole
and he plays for Belgium as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't play for Belgium week in, week out, bro. Does he?
Bro,
does he play week in, week out?
Every time he's with Belgium.
He's not a fucking possession-based footballer, really. He makes it work at Belgium. Yeah, fair play. But that's not.
Wait,
often,
you know why
bro.
he works at Belgium, bro? Because he has Hazard and
he's got
KDB.
De Bruyne, bro.
Exactly,
you know
and that's what we're missing on our team. That's why
the point is,
Hazard is the dribbler from the wide.
Someone said it in it.
And KDB could pick a pass from anywhere.
Someone said it in it. Yeah.
So
well,
don't even
tell
say
me,
that.
Lukaku's a possession-based player, bro. Is he? Is he a possession-based footballer?
No, if you have players around him that can make it work, then yes.
Yes, if you have players around him, and that goes for any great striker.
Yeah, because he holds up the ball for those other players. It's
exactly.
Just
you got to be able to play around him. You got to be able to have good first touch.
Man City game, he had barely any service to do it, but he was doing it in the Juventus.
He didn't hold it up enough, man. He did not hold it up.
He did.
Enough.
There was just no option.
The ball never came to his feet like that.
When he got the ball, it came off him like fucking 2 yards off his foot, countless times, bruv. Yeah, all right.
Not countless times.
We were getting overpressed, continuously overpressed, and we needed some sort of fucking relief. All right, and he lost it twice, 2-3 occasions. He didn't hold the ball up enough. And against Juventus, similar thing, bruv, because he had 3 men around him. Do you know what I mean? You can't just rely on that as part of his game, and that's it.
Hold up play is fine if there's players making movements around him.
Yes, what are you saying? It's a team game. What?
So he didn't have Ziyech or.
So wait, John, what's your point? What's your point? What's your point right now, Johnny?
Ziyech wasn't making runs.
The only time that they were making runs was wide into the areas you wanted your wing back to be.
Ziyech was not making any runs.
He's not a tiki-taka player, mate, and that.
We don't need a tiki-taka player, bro. He's
We
a
How many
scorer.
strikers
And
in the
that's
world
what
right
we need.
now?
We
No
need
question.
fluidity.
Okay, question. How many
Doesn't make
strikers in
any
the world right now
sense.
would you say are suited to a tiki-taka system? Can play that
Lewandowski,
tiki-taka way.
100%.
Cool. Lewandowski. Anyone else?
Kane can drop in deep. He's pretty good.
Man, stop it.
And he's in shit form. Anyone else?
No, but who cares if he's in form? He can do it, bruv. He's proved he can do it.
Cool, and he's in shit form.
Yeah, I've just
So-
given you 2 strikers, bruv.
Cool. Okay, so there's 2 strikers in world football, yeah? World football that can do it. And you're talking about...
What's your point? Are you saying Lukaku is mistaken?
Okay.
Martinez not do
Is
it?
that your point?
Luis Suarez
Martinez-
can't do
Oh,
it.
hang on.
If
Martinez.
Martinez
So we're
can do it,
making-
he's in the same
Luis
system
Suarez,
Lukaku was in last year.
Hey, just
Benzema?
prove my point for me. Just prove my point. for me.
Benzema,
Benzema
Luis
could do
Suarez.
that.
How many others do you want me to
Yeah,
list out?
Benzema could do that. Yeah, most definitely.
Fucking waffling, bruv.
Benzema is amazing.
Right, GoAM says Lewis has
Sit down,
castrated Cahill, need a rest. Feel like he's 1-2 games away from getting truly manscaped. I mean, like, he's going to be playing again on Saturday as well, so we're definitely going to have to be talking about getting him a rest too. Can't lie. First half, Chiesa had this guy on the ropes. It was a very sticky first half. Second half, he did have a better performance, so at the very least. Rokar as well also says we do not have a balance in our team. Our defenders are good. Our midfielders are possession-based. And all our forwards are counter-attack based. I do feel like that's the most reasonable take I've had based on it. Like,
I mean,
attackers are more counter-attack based, but they can all play in possession as well.
but
Ziyech is good in
midfielders are not
possession.
even creative, though.
Can-
You know,
Havertz is definitely good in possession. He's just was spent half the game on the floor, to be honest. And Lukaku, we've just literally been having the debate, but Lukaku is good enough in a possession-based system. You just need players to be making movements around him, and no one's doing it. Nobody's
You
doing
know,
it.
Lewis, you know, you talk about movement. What about Timo then? Like, he does that a lot.
Yeah,
when he plays.
Timo should have come on. How did
Yeah.
Barkley get onto the pitch and Werner didn't?
I don't know. I don't know
I
how
know
Barkley
why.
still plays
I
for
know
Spurs.
why. Because we didn't have problem getting from the wide position. We had problem go through the middle. And you want Timo Werner to do
that's
that?
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but
That's
Werner can open up more space.
Nobody's chasing
Exactly.
Timo Werner. Nobody. They didn't chase
No one
Alonso
cha-
when he was wide. Nobody's going to
Redneck.
go after Timo Werner.
You give him the ball, or even off the ball, you can let him make movements, and he'll open up space.
Do you know what,
for
yeah,
somebody
Lewis,
else.
Lewis, do you know what, yeah? I'll tell you who we needed in this game. We needed fucking Billy Gilmore, bruv. That's who
Billy
we needed in the
Gilmore?
middle of them. Yes, we
For
did.
who?
We needed. I would have taken Kovacic off and put Billy Gilmore.
Kovacic was our best player that night.
oh wait, over Jorginho though. Hey, I know.
Exactly. It's all the slander. Hey, I had enough with the slander. If you slam Kovacic and not Jorginho, you can fuck off.
Exactly. Even Jorginho, why we only on Kovacic? Jorginho was crap. All
Jorginho was
do
worse than Kovacic.
side to side. We couldn't
No,
control the game.
Johnny. Kovacic was our best player that night, easily. He was actually creating stuff and
In
everything
that
and running
midfield,
everywhere.
Kovacic was better player.
Gilmore would have done wonders in that
I
game,
agree.
mate.
Gilmore for Jorginho, not Kovacic.
Yeah, Jorginho.
I see you smiling, Jam.
He's the Darth Vader.
I think Gilmore's a baller, but I don't know if I would have thrown him in.
He's more aggressive and quick when he plays. He's aggressive and quick. We were slow.
Wait, Kovacic isn't aggressive and quick?
I don't know about.
But he dribbles to a point and then he's got no final
No,
ball.
no.
Billy Gilmore's got a final ball, bruv. He's got a final ball.
Wait,
innit?
Johnny,
No.
don't you think Kovacic actually played in some good balls? I'm pretty sure the one to Lukaku where Lukaku missed, he played that as well.
Do you know what? Did you not see Tuchel screaming at Kovacic on 2 occasions because of his poor decision making? That's Kovacic for you.
That was.
He will give you. He'll give you 1 out of 10, bro.
That was Ziyech. That was.
What do you mean 1 out of 10 performance?
He mentioned about Kovacic.
Bro, Gilly
I didn't hear him
Gilmore
mention
was
Kovacic,
nothing against Juve, bro.
I'll take your word for it, Johnny, because I didn't hear him say that, but like I heard him
I'm
talk about.
I'm telling you now, there was a chance outside the box with Kovacic.
Yeah.
And instead of playing the ball to Alonso where we could have split him, he went and played a pathetic little shot that just got blocked. Right? Billy Esther Gilmore would have never have done that. He would never have shot like that. He would have tried to find the
You
fat
act like
ball.
Billy Gilmore
Yeah,
would
he
never do
wouldn't have been
mistakes. He will
playing.
do that. Billy Gilmore would do mistakes at his age.
Mate, Gilmore, trust me, Gilmore in this
Bro,
side
Johnny, you gotta
We
let
know
him
Billy.
develop,
We
bro.
know
We're
Billy
not
Gilmore's
even
very
playing
good,
against
Johnny, for his age,
Juventus,
but like
man.
I
he
think
will make mistakes
Gilmore
as
is
well.
better than Jorginho.
Dinishan says Conte said Chelsea don't know how to use Lukaku. Yeah, Conte is spitting facts. He's the one who got the best out of Lukaku.
So that's why I'm saying it's not
what's
they
his
can't
formation,
play.
bruv?
Johnny,
What's
let me talk, bro.
How does Conte play, bro?
Bro, Johnny, let me talk.
what I mean?
You just waffle and nobody interrupt you.
I'm waffling, bruv. I'm
Not
just
waffle,
spitting
talk. You talk and nobody interrupts you. But I'm saying it's not that we can't play with Lukaku. I mean, right now we're struggling, but we just gotta learn how to. You know what I mean? I don't think he's the problem. I really don't think he's the problem. It's not like we can't say like, yo, Benj. We got to learn to play with him. We spent 100 mil on him.
Exactly.
We got to learn to play with him.
The ball did, yeah.
Exactly, because last year we said, "Oh, we got to tailor to Vernon's game. He's not a wing player. He's not a middle player." We tried every formation to get the best out of Werner. And you trying to tell me you want to give up on Lukaku right now? Not a chance.
Yeah, but Lukaku's also got he's got to also try and make it work with everyone else. It can't just be everyone's got to work for Lukaku. He's got to do that as well. You can't. It works both ways, mate.
That's what strikers do.
Okay, he's learning to play with the team, Johnny. He's learning as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're a month
sometimes,
into the season.
Sometimes you've got to take him out and bring him back. I think he should not play against who's our next?
Bro, stop it. Stop.
Nah, he's got to play, Johnny.
What?
Bro, what did you?
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think you
Who
do.
shouldn't play? Who shouldn't play?
Wait, so who's the front three for Southampton then?
Fuck off.
I'll play your Werner, Mount, and Havertz, bro.
I don't think Mount's fit for that.
Werner against the high line, fair enough. I play Werner with Lukaku though.
If Havertz is on the pitch, then it's not on merit because Havertz was garbage. I'm sorry.
Werner should have come on yesterday.
Him and Ziyech report yesterday.
I think I'd want to see Werner, Cho, and Lukaku.
Yo, I don't think Mount is fit for that game. You know,
Depending on who's fit, I'd want to see Werner, Lukaku, Mount. But if Mount's not fit, then Cho.
Yeah, he is.
Big up Arsenal saying Loftus-Cheek in brings scoring threat from that midfield. Yeah, Loftus-Cheek has to start the next match.
Or I'd play Loftus-Cheek in the front three.
Yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is looking really good though, isn't he?
Yeah, because Ruben could be the one that drops deep and tries to connect the midfield and the attack if Mount is.
Actually, he can play.
Listen, yeah,
correct, and Kante as well.
It's the only player that
Big up Shades in the chat as well.
Loftus-Cheek
Rokar says Lukaku should start playing like Harry Kane. He needs to drop deep and link up play rather than being next to defenders. Because he's not like Harry Kane.
You want to change his entire
Completely
game.
different player.
Ronaldo to do that then.
There's no striker that plays like Harry Kane, bro. I don't think there's any striker.
Harry
Kane hasn't got Lukaku.
Except for
Look,
Benzema.
Harry Kane does that not because he likes to do it. He has to do it.
Yeah.
He drops deep not because he likes.
Because his team is shit. He's got shit players around him. If you put Harry Kane in Man City or Chelsea
There's no way he's doing
or
that.
Man United side, he's going to be balling out, bro.
Yeah.
I agree.
But the only good player he's got around him is Son.
Abramovich hates Tottenham. I promise you. We will never have a deal with Tottenham again.
After the Modric deal, like they're not doing it.
Abramovich said he will never have a deal with him as long as he's in charge of Chelsea.
I think Cho did really well when he come on.
He did
really well. And
you know what?
I'm glad he did. I'm glad
he got outnumbered. It was always two players on him.
But that's not his fault. He still dealt with it though, didn't he? He didn't lose the ball every single time.
We haven't heard anything from Jem. Jem, what are you saying?
I'm just listening, bruv. I'm listening to the agendas run wild, isn't it? That's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm gonna come and give some hard facts, and then I'm gonna go. That's what I'm aiming to do anyway. So, listen, look. At the end of the day, let's be serious. We didn't deserve to win that game. End of. It doesn't matter if it's Ziyech, Havertz, fucking Kovacic, Pulisic. We know that there's some individual issues within within their performances, which is fair enough. The biggest issue for me is how we play in the system that Tuchel asks us to play in. Yeah, that's the biggest issue for me. When you're relying on your wing backs to be your creative point, and you start with Aspie and Alonso to try and do that, you might as well fucking fuck off. Let's be serious, yeah?
That's why I want
At the end of the day, it's not going to happen. And then when you've got midfielders in Jorginho and Kovacic, who in many a times broke the press and decide, instead of taking that risk-taking pass, decide to do sideways, backwards, yeah, and allows Juventus to organise themselves to get back into a system, then forget what the front three are doing, because they're not going to be able to do anything if they're not being given the ball. So at the end of the day, the system and the way that we're playing is there's no real balance to it. We did miss Mason Mount to a degree. Would it have changed the game? Maybe. The only reason with Mason Mount, the thing with Mason Mount, and what you can't knock him for, is at least he takes risks. His balls are always directly into the play. He always looks like this. He doesn't do this.
The minerals, mate.
Like that.
Listen, guys, I gotta head off. Yeah.
One second, mate. I'm gonna finish.
Let me just ask. I gotta head off, right? But let me just ask this question. Yeah. Although he plays in the Bundesliga, but he did play in English football. Will you guys get Jude Bellingham for Chelsea in the summer?
Not right now.
I would try to get him.
I mean, like,
Bellingham and Gilmore, yes.
I mean, like, he offers us something.
I would
He could pass,
keep Gilmore alone and get Bellingham.
He could pass. He could
I
shoot.
personally think the only
Shavi,
reason we
nah.
don't play, I feel like the only reason we don't play back four is because we don't have that DM. Like, what's his name? Declan Rice.
Yeah, just bring Rice in.
Yeah, I think we need Rice for that back four. He's looking good this season, you know.
Yeah, Rice is looking good. Just quit the agenda, bro. Rice is actually looking good this season.
Forget these players. I don't care about these players. They're not in my football club. It's
Yeah,
September.
exactly. Why
I don't care. Like, the thing that is annoying me at the moment is the players that we've currently got that are not performing in this system that we're asking to. They're good enough players. We spent a lot of money on certain individuals. People like Hakim Ziyech have been a waste. Kai Havertz is struggling to find form. The funny thing with Kai Havertz, and this ain't even at Chelsea, and by Leverkusen, he struggled in his first half of his season. He needs to change that. He can't just come into second half of seasons and play very well.
He's
so
very much like that, Jim.
Yeah, man. I saw. Wait, who was it that said?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Romelu Lukaku. Yes, as much as we do not give him the ball, and I agree, we do not feed him enough. It doesn't make any sense to me that we created so much like we did last season, and now we bring in a striker to solve that problem, and we do the opposite. That doesn't make any sense to me, right? But when he got given the opportunity, he got one big opportunity for me in that game. Yeah. And in that one moment, well, you look at what Ronaldo did for Villarreal yesterday in that one moment. Yeah. Even when your team's not playing that well, even when you as an individual player is not receiving the ball enough or able to have an influence in the game, when you have that one moment, it's important that you take them moments. And what I'm saying is, yes, maybe he should have scored. Yes, it should have been on target for me. And he will need to start doing that more if he's going to be leading the line because he's got that tag on him. £97 million. We're expecting goals from him, even if he's limited to it. When he gets them opportunities, yeah, like he did yesterday, it has to be
exactly
the difference.
What I was saying.
Exactly. I can't lie, he did do that against Zenit, though.
But he's been doing that.
Yeah, he had that one chance
yesterday.
against Zenit.
I guarantee you would have scored that game. That's Didier Drogba. Yeah, what I'm trying to get you at is that we've got to, as much as I agree with Lukaku, we don't work to his strengths and whatever. When he does have that one moment to put us back in a game when it's not working, I want to see him take it. That's it.
Bro, you can't say Didier Drogba would have done that, bro, because games where Didier Drogba has not taken his
and Aston Villa, but like I get what Jem's saying.
Yeah, in 2009,
this only happened once, though.
What I'm saying is, I'm spending 100 million on a striker. You want them to take
and I love Didier.
No, I know.
Like, if he can I respond to Jam?
I'm saying it's one game, it's one chance. At the minute, it's one game and one chance.
Literally,
yeah, Jam. Like, if you look, we didn't play well against Aston Villa.
Chance that he had.
Yeah, at the Villa, he was.
It is a chance, but listen, it's one game. It's because we're losing back to back. It may seem like that much worse. But the thing is, if you look at the goals he scored, if you look at the goals he scored, we haven't been playing well. Like, Villa,
goals in what, 8 games? Is it?
Yeah, Villa, we weren't playing well. He got his one chance. He got his one chance, and he got the chance at the end. Zenit, we weren't playing well. He took it. I mean, the Arsenal was a tap-in, but he was the difference. Like that run to get into the box. We weren't playing well up to that point.
Aston Villa got top corner goal as well. Like,
yeah, so I mean, I can say I think last night it was just meant to lose. I guess.
We struggle when we don't score first. We struggle.
Yeah.
He had like 3 goals from like 4 shots on target.
My thing is, right, if we're playing this 3-4-3, why can't we go like a 4-2-4 or something like that? Like
4-2-3-1 or some stuff.
You have you have the wing. You have 2 wing back. You have, say, like, for instance, you have Reece James and like Aspilicueta and Cho playing, right? Why not just slide Aspie to the right back, have Cho go to like the right wing, and play like those 2 in the middle, and have like, especially against these low blocks. Why can't we do that? Why do we need all these defenders on the pitch?
We need Alonso on the pitch.
No Mason Mount, mate. That's why.
This game?
I agree with that to a degree as well. What Javi said, to be honest.
Big up the Nexus saying this Lukaku agenda stinks just because your Haaland sources didn't come true. Chief Waffler strikes again. That just felt very painful, but we move. Big up yourself, Nexus, for a donation. Big up Rokar as well, saying we need to play counter-attacking football. We will surely be the best. And Lukaku, he will score against Juventus at home. I hear that, but we can't play counter-attacking football if the opposition isn't further forward. If they're sitting deep, we cannot counter-attack. And that's been our problem. We
Just
can't counter.
bring your flowers to Mason Mount, all you fucking clowns, yeah? All you clowns that doubted Mason Mount, yeah? Go and fucking bring your flowers, mate, and get on your knees, because that's why we are struggling. We are struggling because we have no Mason Mount.
Partly, Johnny, partly. Now,
It's partly, bro.
And I've said no Pulisic, no James, no Kante. They're four injuries, bro.
Johnny, without Mason Mount, this squad still needs to be performing in the system that Tuchel sets them up in. Relevant with or without Mason Mount, they need to find a way to play without.
But Jem, if you still haven't got Pulisic and you haven't got Kante and you haven't got James, what more do you want me to explain with that? Reece James is your best right wing back.
Our team yesterday
but they're not dribblers like Pulisic. They're not dribblers like Pulisic.
In Europe right now.
But we can't rely on Pulisic though, Johnny, because Pulisic keeps getting injured.
I think we should just chip him off. He keeps getting injured. I can't be bothered with it anymore. We need him right now. We need a dribbler. We need a fucking dribbler.
Agree.
That's the problem.
But why do we really have one dribbler though on the team? So you're telling me like, I thought Havertz could dribble.
He doesn't want to dribble.
Yeah, well, I thought Havertz could dribble. I thought Havertz could make a pass.
Bring on Cho, man.
I thought Havertz.
Bring Starboy Cho, mate.
Yeah, but Cho as a right wing back. Can I see Cho as a left winger? Can I see Cho as a left winger? So I know he's cutting into his right foot and shooting it. But every time I see Cho trying to play against two guys on the right side, you're making him become a Willian. Literally, he was a scoring type winger. But every time we play him at the right wing back, he's one-dimensional, and you expect him to do so much. But when he doesn't do it, you take him off for like 2 games. Then you bring in that Aspilicueta that doesn't overlap, and I love Aspili's a legend. No, I'm not slating his legendary status or whatnot. But he doesn't ever overlap because he knows he has to run back, and he doesn't have the legs to do it.
He doesn't have the final ball either. He doesn't have the final ball. Like
he doesn't have the final ball. He doesn't know how to get past the man. He has to do a 1-2 to get past the man, which is understandable. But you cannot do that. But let's talk about Alonso too. So you cannot have your only so your creativity is coming from your wing backs, but you have Alonso and Aspi as your wing backs.
It's not creativity as such. It's more. It's supporting the front line to create the
but sometimes
hold on. You got to create the space and you make the runs.
Understand
to stretch their back line, so it allows your front three to do what they do.
Understand?
But they haven't been doing that in these last 2 games, and we've suffered for it.
Okay, but what I don't get is why Alonso takes so much extra touches before he gets.
The speed is a factor, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like
exactly.
Alonso can dribble. If you notice, he can actually dribble. But can you catch the ball when you finish the dribble? Like he's so
slow.
Yeah, he's too slow, man.
He's like Havertz to me. I feel like Havertz is fast when he's on the ball and he's running, but off the ball, Havertz too just give me the same vibes of just like, oh, whatever, let's just jog, let's get it right, But one thing about Mason Mount I like about him is the fact that even if he's having a bad game, at the end of the day, you see him, he looks like he's trying. Maybe it's not coming off, but he's trying his best and he's going all out.
He works for the team, bro. He works for the team.
Johnny, I get it. But the main, you know what I mean. But so I just need Havertz. Havertz should not play the next game if it's on merit. I don't care. Havertz and Ziyech, I should not see both of them in the same.
Neither should Lukaku then.
I don't play Cho up front. Play Cho up front. That's
what
never
gonna happen.
I would put Cho Werner, bro. Stick him on, mate.
The biggest
How can you
issue
blame Lukaku
that we have at the moment is because of the biggest issue we have at the moment and why it's not working for me is the chemistry. And you won't get chemistry unless you give time. If we continuously keep fucking around Werner, Lukaku, we're going to try and mount with them, and then we're going to switch it to Havertz, and then we're going to try this one. You're not going to build up anything.
That's all we did last year.
Chemistry with it. You need them to work. They need to be played as a free, and Tuchel needs to stick with it, even if they have a shit game.
Right. Jen, on that
No. Yeah, I get that, but
that's cap, bro. I can't go with that, bro, because you guys are still young.
No, he's right to an extent in the sense that if you look at Man United, City. Maybe not. I mean, City does tinker it a bit, but predominantly they rotate. They rotate. But if you look at Liverpool, they're probably the best example. They always have that same front three up front.
They're all in their prime, though.
Hold on. Chelsea have never played more than 2 games with the same front line throughout the whole of last season and this season. Two
We're
calls.
talking
Yes,
about,
they are, John.
we're
Hold
talking
on,
about Salah,
They are in their
Mane,
prime.
and Firmino.
Bruv, hold on, man. All right, it's not about who it is. It's the fact that
Yes, it is,
how
dog.
can you build chemistry and telepathy if they're not playing with
Not
each
playing
other
them
week
together,
in
yeah.
week out? You cannot
Exactly.
do it. You can't do it on the training ground. The training
So why are
ground is
you
the training
saying to
ground.
drop
That's
Lukaku?
Then why you say not drop? Exactly.
Because
Exactly. Why you say
Lukaku,
drop Lukaku?
Lukaku, like I said to
Straight
you,
up.
everyone is struggling to play with Lukaku. So if we're gonna continue to play Lukaku, we might continue to drop points as well. And we can't afford to drop points.
But you just
Hey,
blame it on chemistry and time. So why can't we blame chemistry and time with Lukaku
Because
being
you
on the
can,
pitch?
when you can ease in players as well. Yeah, you
He's
can
in
do
your,
that. You
he's in
can
your
ease
£100
them in.
million
He's
Lukaku,
in
pound
the guy
that
striker.
that's
does
in his
not
Sorry,
prime.
count.
he's in your
Bro, what is
£100
this
million pound
doing?
striker who's got
Yeah,
4 and
it's
8.
because of the price tag, bro.
It's
It's
not
the
the price
price
tag.
tag.
It's because of who he is. He's a
It's the
world-class
it's the
But
striker.
you
it's
act
the
like he
price
hasn't
tag.
been scoring though. You act like he's been on this drought.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
like
saying
he's
to
not.
you, I'm
When
saying to
Werner
you,
was on his drought,
like
you
this
still wanted
super
us to
chat
play
says,
Werner.
yeah, he does not press, bruv.
It's not all about pressing.
It's not
It is in Tuchel's fucking system. He presses, bruv. That's what
Haaland doesn't
Tuchel
press.
does.
Haaland doesn't
okay.
press,
Wait
to
a
be fair.
minute. So when you have
What?
wait,
Babalo,
hold on.
before you
Let,
go,
let,
Dinishan's saying if Kyle Lukaku does not want to press, drop them.
let me say one
Rocker
thing. Okay,
also says,
sorry.
why are all the Chelsea fans stream
Alright,
discussing
can you
Mount
man hear
always
me?
coming to play? One
Yeah.
sec. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We would have
Yeah.
won games without Mason Mount. The issue is the way we set up, not Mount. But it is
Yeah, I
also an
agree.
issue that we didn't have a connector between
But
defense and attack.
but you say pressing and
I'm
whatnot. We
telling you
had
guys,
70%
it's the
of the
problem,
ball.
boys.
We
They're
had
the answer.
70% of the ball. We can't blame nothing on pressing. We
No,
had
it's when
70%
you
of the
lose
ball.
the
Yeah,
ball.
If
true.
you
When
have
you
that,
lose the
you
ball, the
cannot
press
blame
wasn't
nothing
good
on
enough to
pressing.
get it back. It
What?
wasn't good enough. When
Yeah,
you
that's
lose the ball, you press to get the ball back. We're
Bro,
not
we
that's
good
did
because we
not
enough
didn't
for
even
have
lose
that.
the
Mount
ball
though.
all the time. We had 70%
Yeah, we
of the
don't.
ball. The
What
only
does that
time we
mean,
lost
though?
it was when they were on the counter
I'd say
attack
the
and you're
times
not
we
getting
lost
the
it
ball
was when
from
it was in
them.
like in the
For the whole
midfield.
game.
No,
That's
no.
what I
Do
need
you
to
know what
do, man.
frustrated me? Yeah,
You do
Ziyech
it.
kept trying to like press, but he couldn't win the ball. He just kept fouling the opponent. Like, what was that?
You're talking about press.
We're
We
not
had
progressive
70%
enough,
of
man.
the
That's
ball,
him
man. I
showing
don't
his
want to
passion
hear
and desire.
Yeah,
I don't
but
want to
he can't do it
Oh,
right.
passion,
I
desire.
don't want to get pressed. What?
And you're on about Ziyech when he kept fouling again. Yeah, like that.
Man,
We're
Ziyech,
not
look, we're
progressive,
not even
man.
using Ziyech right, man. Ziyech is a guy that receives the ball on the wing, then he could, make a cross, or and everybody runs in front of him. I mean, he could make a pinpoint pass.
Sorry,
We're making
Juwala.
Ziyech,
Big up
be the
yourself
runner.
anyway.
We're making Ziyech be in the midfield, back turn to goal and whatnot. That's not how he plays, but he should still be doing better as a guy that's 28 years old, I think.
Yeah.
And
It's in his prime.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
he doesn't.
facts. Especially since he was cooking in pre-season.
Yeah, he was cooking in preseason too. So, but like, and I felt like Ziyech was the type of guy to unlock deep block and whatnot. But again, some creativity got to come from the midfielders that we have. Jorginho, I was talking about deep line playmaking before, and you guys said that was not his game. I understand, but he has to be part of your
Kovacic
game.
has been great this season. He's got our most assists this season.
Ziyech
Exactly,
can
but
play
I'm
with
talking
people
about
who are
Jorginho
stacked in
though,
front of him.
because Jorginho,
Pardon?
we push so up, so Jorginho is really not a deep line playmaker anymore because we're so high up that he's already in the midfield. He has to have some
He's not.
creativity
He's
in
not
him
a
too.
playmaker. He's a metronome.
I said it once and I'll say it again. Loftus Cheek is the answer. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Jorginho,
I agree.
look, Jorginho
Yes,
is
Shay.
tired. I reckon there's a great player there, but he's played a lot of football, and now we've seen his form's a bit off. The
Of course,
guy's
he's a
tired.
great player. Of course,
Last
he's a great
season before
player.
he won UEFA
Jorginho's
Player
a
of the
great
Game.
player,
But
but
he's
he's
also
tired.
very
He is
limited.
tired.
He's so
Now, the
Yeah,
thing about
bring him
Jorginho,
Loftus
yeah.
Cheek so Jorginho can rest.
The thing about Jorginho, you have to play to his speed. Yeah, you can't you have to play the game according to the way he plays it, right? You can't if you play it too fast, he could get caught back when he has to track back. But you have to play to his speed.
Yeah, but he sets the tone. He sets the tone.
That's
the whole
that's
point of
bro.
Jorginho.
I'm
He
tired of
controls
hearing
it.
that sets the tone thing. We don't need that. Like when we have so much possession of the ball, we don't need nobody to set the tone. We need attack, go forward. Not sideways passing.
And that tone is slow.
Yeah, pick your
That's
head
what I'm
up
saying.
That's
and
why
look
you
for
need Billy
the
Yester,
between his
bruv.
face
That's
and
why you need Billy
pinpoint that
Yester,
pass.
mate. And he's
Ain't
on
there's no need
fucking
to
loan
control
from
the game when you have all
though.
possession. That's not controlling. I don't need that. Like
Point there about Billy
But
Esther, man.
Jorginho cannot make those kind of passes. People need to know that he's limited to his game.
he's limited. He's a limited creative player, and I've said that since last year. And you guys were saying, "Oh, that's not his job." I'm like, what do you mean? A deep line player that's a midfielder that we don't even see so deep no more. He's actually already at the other side
Yeah,
of the
but you're
box.
getting
Is this
wrong.
Jorginho slander?
You're
It's not a
misconstruing what
slander
Jorginho
because I've
is,
been saying
bruv.
slander.
I think you guys need to.
Jorginho is
I
a
might
man
hear
alone,
Jorginho
yeah.
slander.
All right.
It's
First,
not a slander.
secondly,
Look, everything I've said,
you rely on Kovacic, bruv.
everything I've said about
to do the
Jorginho,
progression and have that ball. Jorginho is not a final ball player, bruv. He never has
None of
been.
them
And he
are.
never will be.
I
None of
none
them
of
think
them
you
are.
guys. I
None
think
of them
like
are. That's the problem.
None
with
of them are, and
Jorginho,
that's
it's
the
similar to
problem.
Pogba. Like people have this idea of what player he is, but they don't
Nobody
realize
thinks it's
what
Pogba,
Jorginho
bro.
actually does. Now, when Jorginho does
Jorginho's the
what he
metronome,
does,
mate. He's the metronome.
it benefits the team when you know
Of
what he
course it
does and you
does. Of
use him
course
to
it
his
does.
strengths. But if you want to like call him up for what he can't do, then obviously he's gonna be the worst player in the
He's
world
not
for
then
you
you
because you're just focusing on what he can't do.
he's the type of player that we could replace easily. You feel me? Because like you got other people that can do what he could do and more. I'm telling you, because like the fact that
No.
yes, bro.
It's
I'm
not
telling
adaptive.
you, Jorginho is not so
Still him.
control the game.
We can put different people in, and they can do a different job, which may improve us. But in terms of replacing what Jorginho does, you can't really do that.
No one's
Bro,
got it.
Jorginho plays side by side, man.
Only
I
Billy Gilmore can do remotely what
I
Jorginho
could
does,
pass
right?
side to side.
Right? And also,
It's not about passing side to side.
Jorginho
I
walks
can
into
tell none of
City's
you
side,
understand
bruv.
anything
Walks
difficult.
into it.
No,
he
he
walks
does
into
not.
Manchester City, bruv.
No, he
He's a
does
special
not.
player.
No, he does not.
It's
man.
not about Jorginho, bruv. This is not the problem.
Sometimes you need those
who's
simple players, but
Who is Jorginho
right
gonna
now,
bench?
give Jorginho a rest, put Loftus-Cheek in, and then
Who's
when
Jorginho
Jorginho's
benching
there
in
and
City?
Loftus-Cheek loses a bit of form, we're still cooking. Like, it's simple.
Johnny, who's Jorginho benching in City?
Oh, he'll bench
Definitely.
Rodri, bruv. Easy.
He'll
No,
bench
definitely.
Rodri.
He benches
Yeah,
Rodri.
bruv.
Bro, stop it.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
Stop
doesn't.
it.
No, he
Stop
does not.
Pep would love him.
Do you know
Rodri
he bought
doesn't,
Rodri
He
because
does
he
not
couldn't
bench
get
Bro,
Jorginho?
stop
Let's
it,
have
John.
it right,
You don't know
yeah?
ball.
I'm gone,
Let's
man.
have
See you
it right.
later. Enjoy yourselves.
Let's
That's what you
Listen, Jorginho's not the fucking problem. The problem is we
can you
don't have
guys hear me?
Mason Mount and we don't have Pulisic,
Yeah.
we don't have
Oh,
Kante,
Mason
and we don't have
Mount,
James,
bro.
bruv.
Mason
That's
Mount
the
was not making
problem, bruv.
incisive
That's not the
passes.
real problem. The real
Bro,
problem
we
is we're not
gotta
trusting the Cobham boys while the senior man keep flopping.
no.
Take them out.
You saying
Put
that?
some
You
of the
saying that
Cobham boys
stupidness,
in
Johnny?
while the senior
Like,
boys, they refresh, recharge. Then we switch it back
we
in,
gotta
and we're
learn.
all good. Because
Yo, we gotta learn to play without
Read
them,
that, read
though.
that.
and Hudson-Odoi came on, and the game changed.
We gotta
It's
learn
not
to
that
play
the
without
senior
them,
players are
though. We
worse.
gotta learn to
The
play
game
without them.
It's
didn't
just they're
change.
not on form.
We looked more offensive. That's all it was. It wasn't that he
Bro.
But
changed
even
the
still,
game, bruv.
we looked better when the Cobham boys came on, and that's
Listen,
because
I'm
the
calling
senior
for Cho to
players.
play, bruv. I want Cho to play, and I think he
No, I'm
deserves
not
to
just
have his
talking about
chance,
Joe.
bruv.
I'm talking about Loftus-Cheek, possibly Chalobah as well. Like some of the senior players, they've played a lot of football over the past 24 months or whatever. Obviously, it's burnout. They're not on form. Just switch them out for the hungry Cobham boys who want to play, and then switch them back in when they get their form back. A bit like what we're doing with
But
Werner now.
this is the problem, though. You're asking young kids to go away to Juventus to perform. These should be the senior players who step up.
No,
We're the champions.
but I get this. I get this, but it's because the senior players are not stepping up that I'm saying.
Yo, can I make a point? Can I make a point quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
So you see how you guys may laugh at Johnny about his point about dropping Lukaku, but he has a point. Because if you think about it, until we get proper creators and we figure out how to play with Lukaku, our overall play is going to regress. And I'll tell you why.
So what was the point of buying then?
Exactly, that's my point. So that's the board and Tuchel's fault. So my point is, when we had Werner, Havertz, and Mount, our front three was fluid. Defenders wouldn't know who to mark. Havertz would drop deep. Werner would make
And we
runs in
weren't
behind.
scoring. Our top goal scorer had 7 goals.
7 goals.
We won the Champions
And they were
League,
all
for
penalties.
fuck's sake.
Stop it.
I understand.
Right,
I understand.
wait.
I'm just trying to
So-
make a point. And our press was actually very good. It was very aggressive. So that's the
Press.
thing with Lukaku. He doesn't bring any of that. So to compensate with that, we have to bring in creators. We can't do.
But we
what
still
Ziyech
had
and
the same
Havertz.
problem,
It's
though.
not even creators, bro. It's the system. We play.
And you guys
It's
are blaming
not
the
the system,
midfielders.
bruv. The system we won the Champions League.
Exactly.
With the
Yes,
system.
we did. What
telling
I'm
you,
talking
about.
There's
We won it half a
That's
season.
nonsense. I keep hearing people
that
say
can
the
play in those
system's wrong.
2-10s.
Wait,
There's
didn't
Timo
Constant win the
Werner.
Premier League, then
Switch
flop
up
the
the
next
personnel.
season?
It's not the
Didn't it
system,
happen?
bruv. The system is a great system
Bro,
and it works.
listen to me. It's a great system, but you look when you play in a deep team. Why do you have 9 defenders in there? It's not. It's the way Tuchel is setting us up. He did not set us up to win.
It's not the
game.
system; it's the personnel.
I think what you're
The
looking
personnel
for
and
is
the
changes
team.
in game.
Nah,
defensive.
I blame it on a little bit of both because
Come on
when we
now.
go a goal
listen.
down, it's
You guys
difficult
are
for us to
blaming
get
the
back.
midfielders. You guys are blaming the midfielders. Yeah, every time the midfielders gave the ball to the wing backs, what would they do? They don't attack. They don't drive. They literally pass it back.
Exactly.
So how can
I mean,
that's not the
I'm blaming the two number 10s. I'm not blaming anyone
exactly.
else.
You can't blame the midfielders. The midfielders' job is to get the ball forward into the final third. That was happening. The problem is the 2 10s. They're not creating for Lukaku. They're not dropping deep, and the wing backs they were just passing it sideways.
They're not close to Lukaku. They're not close to him. They gotta be close to
and the
him.
wing backs. It's not just one or the other. It's the 2 10s and the wing backs.
Yeah,
We've
that's
got
what I'm
wing backs
saying.
that
It's
aren't-
No,
aren't
because
aggressive.
the wing backs, what more can you ask from Alonso and
Bro,
Aski?
Guys,
Like, what
guys,
more can
I
you
don't know
ask?
whether
They did
it's,
what you
whether you're
expected
not
them to
listening
do.
or something, yeah. But Chilwell has to be eased in. So Tuchel's only option is to play Alonso, and he's been performing up to the last 2 games, right? That's
Yes,
fair to
Sam.
say, yeah. Secondly, on the right side, you're forced to play Aspilicueta
You
because
can
there's
play
no
Cho.
Reece James, yeah.
You can play
Now,
Cho.
if you got Reece James, yeah, you've got defensive. You've got defensive attributes, which we know is absolutely fantastic, and he's got a fantastic cross on him going forward, and he can link up with the attack. All right, Aspie can't do 2 of those things. He can only really defend and bomb it up and down. Right, so you're nullified there. You're nullified by Alonso. The wing backs are essential to this system in Tuchel, the way Tuchel plays. So already we're down there. On top of that, you got.
But
no
we knew this
Hold
was
on,
gonna
hold
be
on,
Johnny,
hold
I
on.
promise you,
Yeah? All right.
if Havertz and
the
Ziyech
second thing,
were
hold on.
on top
Let me
form, the
land
wing
and then
backs
you can
wouldn't
say,
matter.
yeah.
I
The
promise
second
you.
thing is we got no dribblers. Our only 2 dribblers are well, I'd say Pulisic was 100% and Cho, yeah, but Cho's always played as right wing back. All right. So you've only got Pulisic. He's not available. So you've got no dribblers in your front line. The only other player
not
for
a
me that's
dribbler.
fantastic at movement up front is Timo Werner.
Yes, he is.
Lukaku doesn't move enough and press at all, but he's got the shot on him, he's got the physicality, and he can hold the ball. All right, but he can't do any of the other things. Okay, and then Kai Havertz is generally struggling.
Johnny's spitting facts, man.
He's absolutely
Yeah,
struggling
Johnny's
right
saying
now.
the
Yeah,
truth still.
right. So
We
Kai
literally
Havertz,
paid 100 million for Giroud with pace. I'm not
hold
joking.
on, hold on.
Whoa.
So,
That's a bit
I'm
aggressive.
Let's
gonna
stop.
land, yeah.
It-
I'm gonna land
again,
a Johnny bomb
it's
now,
down to
yeah. I'm gonna
Havertz's form.
hold on, bruv. I'm gonna land a Johnny bomb, yeah. So
Johnny.
Kai Havertz is struggling, bruv. But when you say to me that Tuchel has been backed, he has not been backed, bruv. He has
What?
not been backed, and I'll tell you why. He wanted Hakimi as the right wing back. All right, that's what he wanted. He wanted Hakimi. He didn't get Hakimi. He wanted, and Chelsea wanted Haaland. They didn't get Haaland. They bought Lukaku. He didn't want Saul. He wanted Declan Rice, or he wanted Tchouameni. He got Saul. That
It's
is
very
not being backed.
interesting you mentioned this, Johnny.
Haaland is
Because let me say a point afterwards.
Haaland doesn't
Let him
improve.
finish. Let him
Hold
finish.
on,
Let him
bruv.
finish,
make
man.
Hold
us
on.
better in this team.
So when
Yeah,
I
like I
say,
said, I want to make a point
hold
after
on,
Johnny.
bruv. Yeah.
Let him
When
finish.
I say to you that he hasn't been backed, I don't think he's been fully backed. Tuchel is now still in the same position when he came into Chelsea, where he's got to inherit a squad to make it work, right? Now he's got Lukaku with a 100 million price tag, and he's trying everything to make it work, and it's not working. We got away with it in the first 5-6 games. Granted, we got away with
Johnny
it.
is spitting.
But at the end of the day, you come against Juventus and Manchester City, you're not getting away with it. And we haven't.
And you brought
we got-
Alonso
we got
and
the-
Aspie.
And we got the 4
to be your
injuries.
wing backs.
That is the way I see it. Tuchel is a top-class manager.
Of course.
He will drop players who he doesn't think are ready or they're not performing, and he will give other players a chance, like he's done with Loftus-Cheek, as an example. He brought on Barkley, for fuck's sake,
Which was a
yesterday,
mistake. We
which
should have
was
been Werner.
absolutely madness. But I would have brought on Werner personally. There are things
So
that
can I
he needs
add
to sort out, but he's going to be before he had great harmony and unity. Right now, we are champions of Europe. We've lost 2 back-to-back games in big games. They're not shit games, piss poor opponents. They're big games, and we've lost both of them. And we are clearly struggling. The balance has been imbalanced, whereas
But
before we had balance.
Johnny, I don't think we need to panic though, bro. I don't think we need
So
to
a
panic.
lot of what
We
you
need
said
to-
at the start
we
is
need to
stems
stay
from
calm,
board.
man.
They didn't. I feel like they personally done Lampard dirty as well, and they're just gonna stick to their ways, and
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course,
gonna
of
be good
course,
for
Shay.
some
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
why are we
Of course, but
thinking
I
about
can't believe he's saying
far-fetched,
this
bro?
shit right now.
But
That's
what
so
my point
far-fetched,
is,
man.
if
Nah,
Tuchel's
because
gonna
like
run, if Tuchel's won the
Bro,
Champions
because
League,
different
right,
games, bro.
then
Bring back
you can
Kane.
clearly see that Tuchel over 4.5 months is an unbelievable manager, right?
He is.
So
And he still
all
wasn't
you
back.
need to do, is back him with 1 or 2 players, and they didn't do that. All right, and that is
Because the striker was going to happen regardless.
That's going to piss off one
But
person and
yeah,
one
no,
person
it
only, and that's going to piss off Tuchel,
But Johnny,
bro.
Johnny, it's
That's
to do
cap,
with
bro.
the Johnny, it's
That's
to do with
cap.
personnel.
I
bro.
don't see
see
how.
how-
I don't
see
how Haaland does what you're saying that Lukaku won't do. Like,
Yeah, like
Haaland
that's
is-
cap.
Haaland
That's
doesn't
what I'm
press.
saying, bro.
Haaland
What's
does not press.
Talking
Haaland
about?
does
I
not
mean,
press.
whether it was Haaland or
Hey,
Lukaku, we were going to get a striker regardless.
Why were you
Yeah,
panicking?
Lukaku is actually more
It's about
all-rounded
getting.
than
It's
Haaland.
about getting the right personnel to fit Tuchel's way of
Man,
playing.
bro, look.
Haaland,
But Lukaku fits either system.
I feel like
Like, I
Haaland
don't
would be
agree
more
with you saying he's the
isolated.
problem.
I don't agree with nothing you say.
I'm
Look,
not saying Lukaku's a problem.
Tuchel
What
has.
I'm saying to you is, I'm saying to you that he has to adapt to Tuchel's system because he's played in a defensive counter-attacking Conte system. He's never played in this Tuchel system with these players, so he needs to adapt to this system and these players, right?
But
And
again,
likewise,
Johnny, I would argue
One sec,
that
guys.
Lukaku-
Guys, pause. Everyone's talking. Switch down your.
Sorry, Lewis.
Sorry, just before you go, Switch Daniel says, "Oh man, we'd all kill for Prime Cess 2014-15 right now." Dinishan says we'd back Tuchel and not those fraud players. Yeah, bit of both. And Stephanie also says Johnny, the only one talking sense. Big up, Johnny.
Do you think we would have had these problems if we signed a Grealish and Lukaku, so a creator and a finisher?
I said to sign Grealish,
No,
bruv.
we would
I
still
said
have
to
these
sign him,
problems, in
bruv.
my opinion.
I said
Why?
sign Grealish, bruv, and we should have signed him because he's a player. He's the most failed player that I've seen since Hazard. All right, and he gets into these pockets. He's got great technical ability. He would, if we haven't got Pulisic, we'd have Grealish now. You need 2 players that have got dribbling ability, and he doesn't use Cho. So
Guys,
at the end of the day,
yeah, I agree with
Johnny.
The back of the 10s is sort of
I don't care. I feel like we have the right players right now.
One second.
Exactly.
The front line has no consistency, and we're still the same under Lampard. Lampard never had consistency up front, and we still to this day under Tuchel, and we won the Champions League, haven't got consistency. But the consistency came when we had Werner, Havertz, and Mount. That we had fluidity,
that was still
we had
inconsistent,
movement.
We had a very aggressive press.
Hold on, bro. All he didn't have was the clinicalness, right? But that will come.
And that's still a problem.
Now we've taken 2 steps back again because we put Lukaku in there. I'm not talking cap, bruv.
No, in the big games, it went.
Johnny, you're spitting some facts, and there's a bit of waffling in between.
We have the guys.
I kind of get your point, but
we have good players on the team.
we've
I don't care what you
improved
say.
from last
We can get
season
back.
in terms of clinicality. We just need the creation now. Before it was we had creation, but no clinicality. I don't
Who's
even
our
know if
best,
that's a word.
who's our
but
best
we-
chance creator? Mason Mount. So
Wait,
when he's
Johnny.
out the side, who's
I
going
thought it
to
was
create?
Werner.
But Johnny, when
And
Mount was
Werner.
in
Yeah,
the
and
side,
Werner, bro.
I'm sorry to say this to you, bro, but he was still stinking. Like we still have the same problems. We're still having the
He's
same
had no
debate.
pre-season, bruv. He's had no pre-season.
Damn it.
Which is why I
Yeah, the
think
Euro.
that he should have been
look
rested.
at
the
him,
Euro.
bruv. He's
Oh
struggling
my
because
god,
he's
bro.
knackered. He's
Bro,
struggling.
I keep telling you, bro. This, hey,
Which is
let me
why
just
he
say
should
one
still
thing.
be rested and not be
I tell
played
you
as
this now,
much.
yeah, Mason Mount is
It
not
goes
fucking
both
problem.
ways.
Johnny, let me say one thing.
Let's
all
take
right?
our clown hats off, yeah, and actually realise that Mason
Okay,
Mount
so
is
Johnny,
pivotal
you're
to how
talking
we
about
play.
clown hat.
All right.
I'm asking
anyway,
you to
all
use your
Mason
ears.
Mount's
Did
going
I
over
say
here
Mason Mount's
Southampton.
the problem?
Yeah,
Yes
he
or no?
didn't say
You
that.
said he ain't performing, bruv.
Exactly.
Not
I
the
said
problem,
he's
but
been
you acting
stinking,
like he's
but
the
he's the
solution.
problem.
He's not
That's
even
the
the
difference.
What games have we lost when he's played, bruv?
That's not the point, Johnny. We're talking
We haven't
about
lost
like
any
his
games, and
performance,
he's not
bro.
even been
I
playing at his
mean,
best.
No, Johnny,
That says everything you need to know.
that's a
Johnny,
very
That makes no
blanket
sense.
statement to
That's
try and
one
suit your
of
Mount
the big arguments
agenda.
I've heard
And
in my
feel
life.
free
Johnny,
to
we're
do
talking about
that,
his
but
performances, bro.
if we put
Johnny,
Mount in
even
the
you
side
know,
and lose, then what are you gonna
Johnny,
say?
Johnny,
This
Johnny,
is
even you
going
know
on.
this.
I'm saying
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Everyone's
My
saying,
ears.
yeah, everyone's saying that Mason Mount hasn't been at his best. Well, when he hasn't been at his best, he still performs for the team, and we still haven't lost with him in the side. So he's not the
But he
fucking
has
So
when
problem.
Mount
you
It's
trying
hasn't
to
that
been
say,
at
hasn't
his
been.
wait,
best.
Johnny, are
He
you trying
hasn't
to
helped the
imply that
team,
Mason Mount is
just
the reason why
like
we
the
win
other
games?
tens.
No, wait.
Not anyone
He's
can
a
get
damn
him.
good reason why we win games, especially Champions League, Real Madrid semi-final, the Porto games.
What
These
you
are all
mean,
big
Real
games,
Madrid
bro. He's our,
semi-finals? That was more
listen,
Pulisic and Mount.
Mason
If you're
Mount,
talking
Mason
Champions
Mount, yeah,
League, we
is our
saw
That was
top
more
Zenit and
player,
Mount
Pulisic
bro.
in Madrid
stinking.
than
I'm
One at a time, please.
One at a
Stop
time.
speaking about Mount, bro. I don't think the pressing up front is actually good. if you
No,
see
there's no pressing.
Havertz
There
and
was no pressing, bro.
if
No
you see
pressing.
Havertz and
Johnny.
Ziyech, they can't press for shit.
Why are
Yo,
you
Mount is the
Johnny,
only
wait,
player who can
Johnny,
press.
Johnny,
I-
what's your front three? What's your front three? Johnny, what's your front three?
He said what? For when? For when? For when?
Like, what's
Southampton.
your
For
like
next
ideal?
game? For
What's
next
your
game with the
ideal?
injuries
Yeah,
we've got,
next game.
No. If everyone's fit, what's your front three?
He said
Oh, if
Mount,
everyone's
Havertz, and
fit,
Werner, bro.
I'd have.
Watch the waffle.
It's not about
Okay, let's
waffle,
say
bruv.
fit
You
and
lot are
on
bangers
form.
and
No.
mash waffle, bruv.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
I
let
would
him
have
speak.
Havertz, Mount, and Lukaku. That's what.
Well,
I'd
what does
have.
Havertz do that you?
Well, yeah, thank you.
What does Havertz do?
Hang on, you
Good
just
question. What does that dude do?
Because
Big
I
up
have a
Roca.
statistic. Yeah,
One sec,
this
guys.
guy
Big up
hasn't
Roca.
created a
One
single.
sec,
would
guys. One
rotate.
sec,
I would
guys.
rotate
Johnny.
Kai
Kai
Havertz,
one
Mount,
sec.
and Werner,
Guys.
and
Guys.
Lukaku, Havertz, Mount. That's what I'd rotate.
Right, Roca says Lukaku's going to win us the league. Yeah, we'll keep the same energy as well. It doesn't change after 2 games. CFC Vic also says it's more complacency over personnel tactics. If we're talking about in this game, it definitely was complacency. The amount of sloppy passes and just holding onto the ball and then just releasing a dead pass to just open up possession to Juventus happened too many times. Roca also says it's a Chelsea FC, not Mount FC. Why are we becoming like Man United, having Paul Pogba and Martial fans?
No, it's got nothing
It's
to
the
do
same
with
thing
that,
with
bruv.
every fan base.
It's got nothing to do with that. The point is, yeah, Mason Mount is the glue of our team, right? And when the glue doesn't play, hold on, no, because you've just been
match,
muddy
tell
for
me
the last
how many
2
times
games,
did
bro.
Havertz and
What are
Ziyech
you
want the
talking
ball up
about?
front?
Yo, wait, back to what I was saying. Wait,
Bro,
wait.
how many
Hold
times
on.
did Juventus
Oh
even
my
have
God,
the ball for them
1-1-1.
to win? Are we
Fucking
talking
hell,
about?
man, them
Hey, hold
cold.
on. Let me say
Yo,
something.
Johnny.
If we talk about the context of this,
Johnny, you're too
let
in
me
your
speak,
feelings.
Johnny.
Pattern up, G.
I'm
Yo,
not in no
allow
feelings,
it,
bro.
allow
The
it.
Can
point
I
is,
speak?
yeah,
Hold on.
Mason Mount is the glue,
You're
and you lot
clearly in your
still deny
feelings.
it,
Just
bro.
let the other man speak, big man.
You still deny it, bro. Still.
Okay, look.
I
Says
just
it
want
all,
to know
innit?
what
I mean,
does Kai
you deny
Havertz
that
do?
Mount's ever had a bad game, so.
When have I ever said he's had a bad? When have I
You've
said he's
definitely
not
said
had a
that.
bad game, bro?
You've definitely said that.
You said Mount has
I've
never
said
had a
he's
bad
not
Plenty
game.
of
performed
times.
at his
You
best.
said it
You've
plenty of
never
times.
admitted when Mount has a
But can I
bad
tell you
game.
something? Yeah, he's never been the worst player on the pitch, not
Yes,
once,
he has.
bro.
Yes, he
Tottenham
has.
is the worst player on the
Yes,
pitch.
he has.
Tottenham is
That's
the
I
like
worst
agree
player
with
on
that,
the pitch by
but
fucking
still
far.
had bad games.
He's never been the worst player, bro.
I think
Yo,
it was
I
Mount
still
was the worst
still
player
want
in
to
the
know.
game.
Is that
Yeah.
your
I
brand
can't
now?
remember the name.
Hey,
Mount's
Baba,
never been
make
the
your
worst
point,
player on the
man.
pitch.
Baba,
Is
make
that
your
your
point,
brand?
bro. Hey,
Yo,
Baba,
man,
make your point, bro.
I still want to know, like,
Look, I can't remember my point because Johnny was just speaking over me now. He's all gone.
Baba wants Tammy
Exactly. Let
Abraham.
my man speak.
Well, remember Tommy though? No,
Hey,
everyone's
Baba.
mad at Tammy for
It's
not
the
getting
minerals,
Chelsea.
bro. It loses your train of
I'm
thought,
joking.
mate.
I'm
Yo,
not bringing
Johnny.
Tammy. I'm not bringing Tammy. I'm not bringing Tammy. But look,
Johnny, what does Kai Havertz do that you like?
Nah, let Baba speak, man. Let Baba
Kai
speak. Man.
Havertz with Mount, they offer movement and they work so well together. But one without when Havertz is without Mount, he doesn't. I don't know what it is. He
Yeah,
just
but
doesn't.
Werner offers me.
They
Hang
move
on.
together so well.
You spent so long saying we need a dribbler in this team, we need Werner in this team to create space, and then proceeded when everyone was fit to go, no, we don't need both of them in the front three.
No, because when Havertz, Mount, and Werner play, they are fantastic. And Pulisic can be rotated in there when he's fit, but he's never fit. He's never
but
fit.
Johnny, it's not last season anymore.
I personally get that Mount should play, but Havertz has not created a single chance this season.
nothing. Havertz,
My guy has not
anything
created
on
a
the pitch.
single
Havertz has
I'm
won us the
sorry.
Champions
I can
League.
play.
I don't know what
I
I don't know
can
what
play
that guy offers.
And
to
you
be
would
honest.
think I'm Havertz.
I think we need to realize Havertz and Lukaku in the same team is not going to work.
It's
Nah,
not.
it will.
It's not going to
Get
work.
the guy out of here.
I think
Havertz
this
is
is
a
the
problem.
problem. That's gonna
I think
work.
with
Havertz is
Havertz,
the problem,
will
not
start
Lukaku.
slow in it.
Havertz is the
Like
problem.
I'm
Lewis
sorry.
said,
I've
yeah.
not seen nothing special from
He always
Havertz when he's
comes
with the ball.
second half of the season.
Like,
Havertz will
what?
come in it. He'll come good, bro. That's Havertz in it. He
Nothing
starts
silky
slow.
about
Second
him.
half, bro, we 100 million players better be for the whole season.
Now the guy we're missing is Pulisic, bro. I think that's the main guy we're actually
Pulisic is a
missing.
key player. Em.
He's actually.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of people.
I hear you guys, but I've not seen it since
Now
2020.
he's the guy we're missing.
I
A
can't
lot
lie.
of
When
people signing
Pulisic was
Pulisic on
fit,
Twitter
all he
saying
did
that
was fall over. All Pulisic was doing was falling over the ball.
Nah,
Bro,
if
that's
this listen,
cap, bro. What
if
are you talking
Pulisic can
about?
just go back
Nah,
in time and just get this post-lockdown form,
yeah,
oh my days,
That
Exactly.
Pulisic
we
he
are
could
gonna be a
do.
problem.
He's the closest thing that we've had to Hazard, bro.
Oh my days, that post-lockdown, that was mad.
Yeah,
I was
that
actually
guy,
mad, you know.
that was the best
Even
player in that
even
league.
last season in the Champions League was mad from him though. Let's not even lie. From the Porto
Literally.
game, from the Madrid game, you
Yeah,
saw
of
that
course.
Mount
Bro,
was the reason why we
post-lockdown,
won
he
the
looked
Madrid
like
game.
Yeah,
It was
but Mount
more
was
Pulisic that
clutch the
mattered
whole
in
he
the
way
looked like
through,
a
Madrid
good
game.
bro.
signing,
He
bro.
was
He looked
clutch the
fresh.
whole
I
way
was like,
through,
bro,
man.
like, where's this coming from? Like, all season he was shit. Then it just post-lockdown, he just boom, he just exploded. I
Another
was
thing
like,
I
"Bruh."
can't understand is how do people keep backing Timo to start, but some of you lots want Lukaku
I
to
would
come to the
never back
bench.
Timo to start.
No one said that.
If Werner missed those 3 chances last night, especially the one of the 3, you all would have been for his head.
3 chances.
Yo,
What
those
do you mean
weren't
3
even
chances?
clear chances.
Lukaku had 1 big chance and that's it.
Those weren't even
What are you
like
talking about, bro?
chances.
What? He didn't
Give
have a
Werner one
header.
big chance,
He didn't
and
have a header.
I don't back
He
him
didn't
to
have that
score it. I'll
shot.
be real.
And Havertz didn't have a header.
Johnny.
That's
The only
3
chance
chances.
Number one,
Lukaku
Werner
got
isn't
shot,
even
bro,
reaching
was
that header in the air.
Exactly, bro.
Werner is not reaching that header.
Johnny, bro, I'm sorry, bro.
He won't even reach that.
Hey, Johnny,
I'm
bro.
talking about the Barkley one onto his feet. If he missed that, you all would have been on his head.
Who,
Don't
Werner?
lie.
No.
Bro, I've
Werner.
seen it countless of times.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
be on his head, of course. He's
Wait,
a
is it the
$50
one where he
million
like?
striker to score goals, but he can't even score. Of course, I'm
Yeah,
on
but
his
the
head.
thing is, I even said this earlier, and I can tell you didn't listen. I said that he should be criticised for that. But the thing is with Werner is we're used to him missing about 50 chances a season.
Yes.
With Lukaku, it's one game and it's one chance.
Yeah, but
Lukaku's
Tell him again.
Striker. He's a clinical striker.
Yo, I got a question.
lost
Are you
that
guys
Champions
worried
League
about
finals-
Lukaku in big games? Because
No,
Not at all.
No. But I do get what Johnny's saying.
Jailmate.
Like,
They need to jailmate. And it's
look,
struggling right now.
yesterday, Lukaku should have scored that. There's no denying it.
Yeah, because it was kind of the same chance of Chiesa.
Look, I'm saying
Bro,
if
he should
Lukaku's
have
just
scored,
gonna
bro.
stand there and try get into physical battles with defenders, he's just making us predictable. We
No, but
need
it's
to
not even
find a
about
way.
that, bro. He knows how to pin people.
There
People
you
don't
go.
play.
You've mentioned something there. Predictability.
Yeah, we
Being
literally
predictable.
predictable.
Bro, we
No
just
one,
got
none of the
easier for
210s are a goal
It
scoring
all
threat.
stems down to the 2 number 10s. If he has
That's
people
my point.
running around him,
Are Manchester City predictable where they play? No.
No,
Yes.
they're not. No,
Werner's
they're
the most
not. The way
predictable
Man
player
City
I've ever
play
seen
is
in
how
my
we
life.
played last year, but the difference is they have more clinical finishers.
Liverpool are, and they're top of the league.
Exactly.
Forget Liverpool, bruv.
Bro,
Liverpool are going to wither, man. They're going to wither away.
It's not about predictability. It's
Liverpool,
about
Liverpool
That
actually
team,
quite
that team
predictable.
play with each other for 5 years, bruv. They played
Bro,
5
yeah,
years
but that's,
together.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about predictability. That was the point. They're predictable and they're top of the
But they're
league.
effective, though. They're effective. That's
they know how to play
Exactly.
with
Wait,
each other.
He can be
hold on. Let me
predictable
say
and
something.
effective. It's like Iron Robin. You know what he's going to do.
Predictable
He
and
does it.
effective. You don't want to hear it.
Yeah, Lukaku's
I don't
predictable,
hear
but
your
you can't
waffle,
stop
bro.
it. You
You
can't
cannot
stop
stop
what he does.
him.
You
What
can't
do you mean?
stop it then.
Robin was
Like-
predictable going to his
Sit
left
down,
foot.
bro.
Can you stop his shots? No,
And I
you
can't lie.
cannot.
That chance you're saying he missed, yeah, the one where he like was
Bangers
it
and mash.
spun who did he spin
Bangers
around?
Bangers and mash.
Was it Chiellini he spun, yeah? Was that the
Who?
guy?
Yes, no, it was Benucci. I
Yeah,
think.
It was Benucci.
Werner, he actually created that chance for himself. Werner isn't doing that.
It's not touch. It's
Who
not.
weren't- Yeah, because
sniffing
they're
that.
different type of players. Bro.
Werner that's
Werner ain't
never
the-
in the box.
Werner's in behind.
That's
bro.
fine for them to be different type of players, but we need creativity.
That actually wasn't a chance. That actually wasn't a clear chance. He actually rolled the defender over.
Bro,
to create
Werner
that
is a
chance.
striker. Let's get that right. Let's
Everyone
stop
screams
saying he's a
about
different type of
creativity.
player.
If Werner's in that position, you
He's
get him
a
dragged
striker.
down like Saka.
Yes, Werner is not doing nothing that, but Werner is never in the box.
But
He
bro,
never wants to be the last man to
have you
score.
clocked yet?
He just wants to be somewhere outside the box to pass it in. Then he's part of the play. He
Hey,
never wants to
Baba.
be the main man.
Hey, Baba, have you clocked? The way we pass is very slow. We're not quick. We're not
It's
sharp
slow,
enough.
slow.
So
I'm saying
we
that's
need
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
sharp enough. We need to be quick. Like as much as we need creativity, we need to be quick. Just
Yeah, but
play the ball quick,
you also
bro.
need players in the right position to play it quick, and we did
Nah,
that in this game.
facts,
I feel like
bro,
we're
facts,
so
I agree
I'm
with you.
telling you, it's
But, hey,
we need to
Son needs
switch
to
up
To
the
me, that's
two
for
tempo
Jorginho.
if we stay
That's
in
for
that
Jorginho.
system.
Get Pulisic
Me-
back onto the pitch, bro. I'm telling you.
Look. It is the thing about you guys.
Let
Lukaku is
Cho
predictable,
and let
right?
Loftus-Cheek cook,
Nah,
even in those
Pulisic,
positions.
see,
Nah,
Pulisic
man,
won't
Cho's
change
pissing
much.
me off, bro. As much
Pulisic
as I
won't
rate
change
him,
much
pissing
because
me off, bro.
Pulisic receives the ball.
Nah,
yeah.
he was alright when he came on. To be fair,
Nah, he didn't do anything.
Listen, I'm saying
nah,
we
he
play Cho
did.
as
The two
a
crosses
right
before
10.
that,
What
and
crossing?
Fez, but the two crosses.
Cho didn't do anything, bro. He
For
wasted
Lukaku.
time, bro.
He headed one wide, and I think
Cho's decision making is so bad. He played Lukaku when he was offside. Did anyone see that? That was so
Yeah, I
funny,
saw
bro.
it.
no,
Yeah,
Lukaku clearly asked for the ball,
He hasn't
and the
played.
defenders
I
pushed
need
up.
Cho.
He hasn't played enough minutes this season, bro.
I need Cho to play the left
Johnny,
wing.
He
I
hasn't
know
played.
Johnny.
How long has he played with
forward.
Lukaku?
That's
No,
I know,
play
Johnny, but
Cho
still,
on the
Johnny,
right
you are
and
still
right
expecting
forward.
more, bro.
Nah,
I'm
left. Why?
expecting you to.
Nah, I'd
Why?
rather
bring
left
more, bro.
forward, but in that front
Left
three, regardless,
forward.
it will cook. They'll rotate anyway. So
Look,
I
look,
don't know, man.
look,
If
look.
you're a
I
winger,
want
you
Shaw
can
to
play
be
on
left
either wing,
forward,
innit? If you're a winger, you
moving
should be
up
able
the
to play on
yeah,
either wing.
and Hudson-Odoi can do that.
Yeah, but he hasn't
Yeah.
shown anything. He hasn't shown us anything.
No, he hasn't.
No, he has.
That's why I get mad when people try to say he's better.
You're looking at him with the same lens as everyone else. You got to look at them
even if you're playing
individually.
wing back, in Tuchel system, the wing backs have to be mad high. You know.
You know
They
he's
have to be
playing wing
mad
back,
high,
but he's
bro.
basically a right winger.
He's
He's
more
not a
than
right winger
than
though. He's a left
Alonso.
winger. He's a left winger. I don't know why he wants to be a right. Why
He
Tuchel
played right
wants
wing under Sarri.
He's a
Yeah, he
left.
played right wing under Sorry. Why do people forget that?
He did,
Bro.
but still
Because
was
he
not
had
the
to,
best
because Hazard
position.
was there.
And
But he was a left winger.
Joy still played well under Sorry. That's the point.
Okay, he
still
did,
do it
but
under
he could
Tuchel.
Yeah,
better.
he can play well on the right,
Hold
but
on,
he
you know,
is
let's
a
Can I say
winger.
something?
We
Shaw
need
was
to
supposed to
do
be
a swap deal for
generational talent,
Chiesa,
bro.
man. Who's
Shaw
got
was
links to Chiesa, bro? Let's get Chiesa in, man. Let's get him.
I'm
bro.
saying swap
We're
one
not
right.
I don't
getting
even
Chiesa.
think Chiesa cooks
We're
in our
not
team
getting
at the
Chiesa.
moment.
People need to
If we're
realise
playing
that.
how we're playing.
Wait, Scott, what did you say, bro?
His
Scott,
movement
We're
is
not
very,
getting
very
Chiesa.
good. Very
Bro,
good.
Chiesa is a monster. His finishing, his movement.
Bro,
He's so
yeah, man.
direct. He's just
Bro,
better.
Oh no, I
can't
agree
you
he's a
forget
monster.
Chiesa,
I wish you could
He's a
just like
baller,
But
swap.
in this system, it's not just copy and paste whatever we're seeing and put him into our team and it's gonna be like that.
No,
That's
because
not the way it
Chiesa,
usually
if
works.
Chiesa came now, bro, do you know how mad we'll be, bro? Chiesa in
Yeah,
this
man.
field.
I can't
Didn't
lie.
we say the
Mad.
same
Chiesa,
thing? Hang on, hang
Lukaku
on.
up front,
Didn't
man.
we say the same thing about Ziyech?
Nah, but bro, you could.
Nah,
But Ziyech ain't
Ziyech
got
is meant
pace,
to be
bro.
creator, but
Ziyech ain't got
No,
pace.
no,
in
but
his
we said
that, though.
Ziyech did the same thing against
Yeah,
us when we
but
played
Scott,
Ajax.
Scott,
And you
Ziyech
said,
is in
let's
a.
buy him.
Exactly.
We bought him, and he's been shit.
But Scott, Ziyech
Yeah.
is in a. This system don't
Nah.
suit Ziyech, bro.
Nah, yeah, it's a
Chiesa's used to
system.
this
Chiesa is
3-5-2,
basically what Werner is
3-4-3,
meant to
bro.
be for
No,
us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Let's swap
But how do you
Chiesa
know
for
Chiesa's
Werner.
used to that? Don't Juventus
Werner's
usually
better.
play four
No.
at the back?
I was just say,
Nah, they
Allegri
play
plays
free,
a
bro. They
defensive
play free
counter-attacking
sometimes.
system. Allegri plays a defensive counter-attacking system. I don't know what Pirlo played. It was Pirlo, and they were shit.
Pirlo
And those
played
are the two
nice.
But
seasons
the
we've had.
national team,
Okay, but look at
Italian
Chiesa in the
national team.
Euros. In the
Italian
Euros,
Yeah.
national team
possession
play
based.
free in it. They play free at the back.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but in the Euros, Italy still played a back four, no?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
play
they
possession.
He'd
They're not
probably, I
counter-attacking.
think Scott, he'd be able to adapt in it because if Chiesa came to us right
Probably
now,
would.
yeah.
But my point is, we shouldn't
I
just
mean,
base it on like one match where we've just played against him.
No.
But like, look,
I've always
yeah,
rated
that's
him,
my
bro. I've
point.
rated him. No, Scott,
Like, you
Scott,
can
I've
rate
rated
him and
from
stuff.
from last year, innit? I've rated his thing, innit? I've always rated this guy. Like,
nah,
I
he
think
just looks
I
like
think
he
he'll be
looks
very
like a
good for us.
superstar. You know, it
Like,
looks
he looks very good, and he's not
like
injury prone. Like
The guy's
Pulisic.
20.
I'll be
The
real.
guy's
I'll be
22.
real.
Yeah, it's not even that I'm not even hating on Chiesa, you know, but it's
Yeah,
just that
same.
thing of like, he was
no,
so
I know
good
what you're
against
talking
us.
about,
Yeah.
He's
Scott.
been
But
so
like,
good in Syria,
but
and then
like,
we
look,
bring him in and we expect him to translate
there's
it.
some
And we've
players
seen with
that
I'll
other
be
jump
honest.
out the
signings, that's not
screen.
the case.
There's some
I'll be
players that
honest.
jump out the screen, and he's one of them. Like, you know, like I said, I saw Havertz from the first day, and I was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I just don't like his game, and you know,
Um,
he scored in the Champions League finals and whatnot. But Chiesa just looks like a superstar when you see his
I'll be
game.
real. I'd rather get Rafinha or St. Maximan over Chiesa.
Nah, St.
What?
Okay, that's
Maximan.
no
No
The
way.
way,
Maximan is
man.
not bad
Why?
though. So
Both of
Maximan is
them.
not bad.
Well,
That's not a bad shout.
Babe, I
Why?
hear the
They'll
Rafinha
both,
one,
number
but not
one,
St.
they'll both
Maximin,
be
bro.
Me
cheaper. Like, he's
personally,
a big
I'm
they'll both
sticking
be
to what we
cheaper.
have, rotating it a bit, getting some form back, and we go again. Because I
Nah,
believe
if,
Nah,
over the
bro,
stage.
hey, he's not lying because we have a great
Oh,
squad,
there it is.
and I'm saying for the fact
My
that we
bad,
have.
Rocar. Big up yourself. So Ruben is a better player than Mount. He's a complete Chelsea player.
That's true.
He loves Chelsea.
Stop
I
that,
like
man.
Mount.
It's
Stop
true.
it.
Bro, that's true though. Ruben is a better
he's
player than
talking about
Mount.
players.
Better all-round footballer.
Bro, he's a
He's
better
had a
all-round
good
player than
Get
Mount.
out of here.
as a
Listen,
player.
because against Mount.
Johnny won't like that one. Don't joke
Johnny,
with that
it's
one.
facts, bro. I'm sorry.
Stinky, bro.
What Ruben did in 2018
The clown
compared
hats
to
are
what
back
Mount
on.
has
The
done,
clown
it's
hats
not
are back on.
close, bro.
Ruben is a
And
better
I'm not
footballer.
saying like, bro, Ruben.
Big up Rocar anyway.
I'm
Probably
sorry.
when you
Hats
talk
are
about
back
when you
on,
talk
man.
about the stats like all round, yeah, obviously, but Mount has got the energy and the pressing.
Bro, man.
Mount's got the
One thing I got to make about Mount though, and I want to see if Johnny agrees or not. I
Bro,
feel like
Ruben is a
Mount is
dog,
having the
bro.
battle
That's the
between
closest
tactics
thing I've
and
seen
techie.
to Zidane. I'm not lying. That's the
Yo,
closest thing
man,
I've
say
seen.
that
Like,
again. Say that again. What'd you say?
that's the closest.
What, me?
Yeah.
That's the closest thing I've seen to
Yeah, I
Zidane.
think Mount is having a battle between tactics and techie. Like, I know Mount is a really techie player. He can do like lots of these techie things, but I think like he sacrifices that side of the game to like benefit the system. And I feel like sometimes the guy just has to, experience, not experience,
You're right.
express himself.
He's got bundles, an array of technical ability. He showed that in
Yeah,
all his
definitely.
loans.
I think he
what
could
will
show
say-
a bit
what I will
more.
say, I think he's taken in from, say, Lampard, especially I don't know if you ever watched the interview about Pogba, or he was asked.
Yeah,
about
no, I
Pogba.
saw that one.
Yeah, so I think what Mount's done is he's worked on the other side of the game. He does that predominantly, and when he needs to do the techie stuff, which we've seen him do, he does it. But he won't.
I
He
feel
won't
like
do it all
though.
the time. He won't do it. All
No,
the
it's
time.
not all the time. I'd like to see it more
to
often.
do both.
It's like nobody does it.
Like when he sat down Pablo Mari and you got the Nigerian guy saying, "Look at how he's twisting and turning your whole destiny." Like I want to see more of that.
Johnny, I think it's not easy to do both, and it's not easy to press and then get on the ball and then do something in it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There has to be a balance.
Yeah, I hear it. That's why I'm saying I think he's starting to find the balance.
He's got to be in the right positions to do it, or if he's in a position where only a technical trick can get him out of trouble, he'll do it.
No,
like he
of
did,
course,
like
of
he
course.
did in what was the game this season? He done it. It was
Yeah, he
against
just
Liverpool.
said it. My man just
He
said
took,
it, innit?
he
Nuno
took
just said
that.
it.
He had Arnold on him and their other
Yeah, he
defender.
just said it, bro. He just said it.
Do you know what I mean? Beautiful. But it's to get him
Yeah,
out
like,
of
I want to
trouble.
see more of those things from Mount. If I'm being
Yeah, I
real.
want to see more passes, decisive passes.
I can't
I
remember
wanna
who
see
said
more
it,
of
but like, who said
This
Havertz
is not
can
just
do?
like so creative in my eyes. He has to be
Yo,
more and more like a incisive midfielder. I mean, I know he's not just playing the midfield, but he's kind of playing the 10 position.
But if you deep it, he's been playing out of position, Mount. Mount's an 8, bro. Mount's not.
Yeah,
a
he's an
4.
8.
You have to give him credit, bro.
I mean, bro,
Playing
I
out of
wish we
position.
could go to a 4-3-3 and just see how it works. Like we a winger, one center forward, and 3 midfielders. Like with
Yeah,
a
it could
cat,
work, bro. You never know,
Yeah,
bro.
but then you're taking Rudiger out, who can't play in a back 4.
How do you know he can't
How
play?
you know? How you know? Like what's this
Under
stat?
Lampard,
And under
he was
Sarri, he played in the back four,
He was
didn't
okay, but he's been very inconsistent.
No, but under Sarri, he was the guy. Like I remember at the start of
Johnny,
Lampard's reign, we were all
Johnny.
waiting for Rudiger to come back because he was the guy.
Johnny, I
Even
just
for
think
Germany, bruv, he's not that great.
Johnny, I just think Rudiger and Lampard just never got on, so that's why.
Maybe.
Because when you don't get on with someone,
I don't want to hear about Lampard and players. Even Kante
really
average on
know.
that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about Lampard. Like Lampard's gone. It didn't work. Like why are we focusing on Lampard?
Like Donovan
He done a
I
great
feel like
job,
we
and
can play
we
the
move
back
on.
We have to play.
Lampard's the
back
one that
four.
bought all these bum attackers. He spent 220 million on these guys.
Oh, I thought it was
No, Lampard did not do that. Let's have it right.
Yeah, we won a
Didn't
Champions League with
Lampard
them,
have the
man. We won
choice
a
to get
Champions League with
Sancho
them.
and instead he went for Ziyech?
Bro, why is everyone like?
As if
Bro,
he's
it's
going to
only
have the
2 games
choice.
we lost, you know.
The only
It's only
player
2
that
games,
Lampard
man.
wanted out of all those players was fucking Chilwell.
Fam,
bruv.
that's what
Everyone
I'm
else
saying,
the ball
like-
brought.
Hey,
He also wanted
Hey,
Werner.
we need to stop panicking. It's 2 games. Why is everyone losing the
Well, no, it's not about
Trust.
panicking,
It's
bruv.
like
It's just
as a fan base, we do this thing where like we
I hear that,
criticize and then it
but
turns
I
into
feel
panic,
like we're all right, man.
and
We
it's
just
jarring.
need, some players need to just take
Wait, so if
responsibility.
it's not Lampard, are you guys blaming the board and the recruitment and the
No, we're not blaming no one.
No,
man.
we're just saying that 220 million was completely Lampard. It was a mix. It was a mixture of
we won
both.
a Champions League.
That's what I'm
completely
saying.
What are you trying to say, bro? We won.
No, I
Because
think
we
it
had
was
a
the fact
transfer
that
ban,
it was the fact that we had a
and then we had to go out and reinvest in the team because we lost Hazard, right?
You
And we
can't
went
use
and done
this
that.
Champions
And
League.
let's have it right. These players
did
that we
though,
bought
one
won the
Champions League,
Champions
bro.
League. You know what I mean?
One
That's
Champions
it.
League, bro.
I'm trying to look into it long
There's
term.
no reason to
Long term, bro. Man,
the board buys for the
players
club.
not informed.
not
They're
for
not
the
shit
manager.
players.
not forget about
The
that.
players we got are not shit players.
Look,
It's
this
not
summer,
informed, bro.
people thought one striker will
They're
cause
just
will
on
fix
terrible
all our
form.
solutions, but they forget that we need a creator, we needed win backs.
It's not even
and
that, bro. The
importantly,
players,
we
the
didn't
players are
even
not
get a
informed,
Jorginho
bro.
replacement.
It's
We
not,
don't
we
need
don't
that.
need
got
no
Billy
Jorginho
Gilmore.
replacement.
Not a replacement, I mean
That's
backup. A backup.
We
We
don't.
needed
We
Jorginho
bro,
back.
we got a backup.
That was
But
Billy Gilmore,
Loftus-Cheek
bruv,
can serve
and then
as
they
that.
loaned him.
And he showed
No,
it.
I'm saying I don't
It's not
understand what Havertz
Loftus-Cheek.
does.
We don't need a
This guy does
replacement.
We
not
don't
do
need no backup, bro. Players are just not informed. That's it. There's no.
Yeah,
these are not
that is
shit players.
literally it. And we're criticizing them for not being
we will
informed
hit form. When we
because
hit
we know
form,
they
we're
can
gonna
do better.
Bro, we
We
can
will
go
click.
through a rough patch, bro. It's calm.
Some
I
of these
trust
players
Tuchel.
haven't
I
been in
trust
form
Tuchel,
for a
man.
long time.
I know Tuchel will
It's
change
not
it
just
around.
a
He
now
knows what he's
problem.
doing, bro.
Well, we were on form to win the Champions League, so that wasn't long ago, was
I
it?
trust Tuchel, bro. We just need to relax and we'll get
Bro,
it right. innit?
okay, let me say one thing. I back
I mean, we've
Tuchel,
definitely had
bro,
howlers and
Tuchel
blips
could not be
before
playing
for Tuchel,
Alonso
and we got
and
through it.
freaking Aspilicueta against a 10 or block, low block box me.
Thank you.
It does not work.
One sec.
That's
A big
it.
up Rokar saying King Drogba, Zola, Hazard, and Lampard. These are the best in my
dude
watch.
talking about?
No Chelsea player.
Alright, this Rokar guy's giving you keys, you know.
This day is
Big
giving me
up
a lot of
Rokar as
credit.
well. Do you want to add one name to the list? And there we go. But big up yourself. Appreciate the donation.
Hey, wait.
I wanted to know, how did that Juventus score? Because it was so quick here that I didn't even get
It was
to.
so they played a long ball. They kicked off, played a long ball. Rabiot beat Aspi for a header. Aspi didn't even bother. Dropped to Bernardeschi. He played the ball in behind Silva. Rudiger was caught napping. Chiesa squick.
Oh shit! It was so quick.
Lewis,
That was Werner in that
you need
position.
to,
I know that's one
Lewis,
side netting.
you need to chat to your, you need to chat to your bro, bruv. Lewis, you need to chat to your bro Troops, bruv, saying Chelsea ain't got the minerals, bruv. Come on, mate. Let's have it right. We're gonna win it. We're still gonna win the league, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
It's Troops, man. You know he's always gonna slap.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to troll.
Yo, man, who was it that said?
Don't rise to it. Just bookmark it for later on in the season.
Who was it that said Havertz can do every single thing that Mount can do?
Who?
I can't remember who it was. Someone said Havertz can do every single thing the Mount can do.
Jester, Uncle Jester.
Yeah, Jester. Like,
I don't know, man. Havertz is on the wrong play. Havertz,
bro. Havertz is Havertz. Just give him second half of the season. He'll come back.
I'm not. No, then don't play him though. Then don't play him in the first half.
Basically, that's Havertz, bro. Always second half. He just springs into like. Because he's got his own style. He's very slow in everything he does, but it just Havertz in it. That's his personality in it. So we gotta give him time in it. He won us the Champions League, so.
Wait, so do you guys think that Havertz and Lukaku in the same team's gonna work?
He cannot live. I just want to say before you say that he cannot live on that Champions League goal.
Sooner or later, Scott, he can.
He's always predominantly performed in the second half of the season.
I'm not being funny. Batshuayi won a league. Batshuayi scored a goal that won us a league title, but like you don't see other like people calling for him to be in the squad.
That's not the
There's
same.
only
man, that's a ridiculous comparison. Havertz played the whole campaign, bro. He was
I'm saying, but now it's fine. I'm saying there comes a point where he cannot just live off that Champions League goal. He has
even now, he needs to stop performing now. He needs to stop performing now.
He's acknowledged that fact, though. There's an interview where he says he doesn't want to be remembered in 4 years from now.
Exactly.
He scored that goal for us. So
he'll become a good player. Like he's already good, but he will become a star, bro.
I don't know if he's good. He's average right now.
Nah, man,
not average,
bro.
This season, the goal against
how
Liverpool,
can you be a 10 and you can't create, man?
Bro,
he'll be all right.
Average player. He's been an average player. I would not lie. I expected more. I expected to see, with the generational talent tag that was on him. I just expected more.
To be all right.
He's just an average player. Same thing like I said about Werner, a limited player. I've been saying this since last season too.
Baba just
not like I changed my mind about
There's gonna be
him.
a lot of clickbait going on here, mate.
It's not. It's not.
He wants Abraham, bro.
And about Alonso, I said Alonso too. But when Alonso is having a good patch, I've always said the same thing. Why I don't like him on the team. Let's have Chilwell. Let him get the chemistry with this guy so he could overlap more. It's just obvious.
Our fixtures were really difficult.
It's not really difficult. With what came out or what I saw this morning about Chilwell, I'm giving that whole thing a pass. Like Alonso can keep playing for all I care for now because I'm.
Why? What's happened? What's happened with Chilwell?
There was something I saw something mentioned where Chilwell gave an interview with I can't remember who it was. He gave an interview with someone where he's been struggling recently with mental health.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm giving that a pass. So Alonso
Chilwell. Chilwell's had that in the past, bro.
He's struggling with mental health because he's not playing.
No.
We don't know why. And mental health is not something I fuck with.
He's had that before, Baba.
I was saying, mental health is not something I fuck with at all. It is not something I fuck with. So if he needs time, he needs time. I'm giving him that time.
If he needs time, what if he just wants to play? How do we know?
If he wants to play, then fine. But I'm saying we have no idea. We have no idea why.
Yeah, you're not behind the scenes to know.
No idea.
Johnny, you act like you are, bro. Why are you telling me things like?
No, but I'm just saying. I don't care if he doesn't play. If it's a case of it's something outside of football, let him heal. Let him heal. I don't care if Alonso can drop 1 out of 10 performances for the rest of the season if it gives Chilwell time to heal. Because mental health.
Maybe playing though might distract him from mental health. It might give him a
That's why I say we don't know. That's why I say we don't know.
You say mental health, I understand that, but he's a football player. That's what he loves to do. This is the
you can still have moments in your life where even if you're doing something that you love, you can still feel
I
the type
understand.
of way, bro.
I take mental health seriously too. But
there might be stuff going on with his family.
I cannot accommodate a player. I cannot accommodate a player who's struggling mentally And
Yeah,
that
hopefully
brings
he gets
down the
better
and
in it.
that brings
I
down
mean,
the team.
well,
Like,
that's the excuse they get for Werner last season. He confident,
Werner.
blah blah
And
blah.
you know
Yeah,
what? Yeah,
and I was
Chilwell's
behind
like the
that.
biggest. He's such a laugh in the dressing room as well.
He's a cool
Like
guy,
he's
man.
he's a really cool guy, and he gets on with everyone. Everyone loves him. So I don't know, man. Maybe that's affecting the squad as well.
Nah, it's because
Oh
Zuma
my
left.
God, what is
It's
this?
because Zuma left.
Quick
It might
question
be.
though, because I fully understand that, but is there any sources to say that Ben Chilwell's
Exactly.
going
Yeah, I haven't
through
heard it
anything?
though. I just feel
So I saw something today. Someone retweeted a screenshot where he gave an interview, and hang on, let me see if I can find it. And I'll send it to you,
I
Lewis.
read something as well, something to do with the summer. I think it might be to do with his England campaign, like how he did.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I think
because he
it's
did not
football though. I
play.
think it's football because he won the
Because he could
Champions
not
League,
play.
and then
Yeah,
he
but
goes
it's
and then
tough,
his
innit?
bench.
I
It's
think
tough,
he was
bro.
excited that he won the Champions League and he was looking forward to the
Yeah,
England Euros, but he was
and then
completely
Shaw
left
Then
out.
comes back to
Everyone's
Chelsea where he won the
Yeah.
Luke
Champions League,
Shaw's
and
popping.
Alonso
Can't lie,
is
bro.
playing in
Luke
front
Shaw.
of him.
Nah, Luke Shaw's been popping in it. Do you get me? So it's tough, innit? Like you can
But
go either
still,
or with that one. Still.
Chilwell had some minutes he could have played in the Euros. I don't know what's
Yeah, now when he played Trippier left back, that's when it was like, right,
exactly.
that was
What are you
mad.
doing?
You're
That was
taking
the first game. Yeah, that was the first game.
Did you guys realize James is in the squad for the England Euros, even though they said he's
Yeah,
out for a few
apparently
weeks?
him and Mount could be.
He's not out for a few weeks. He said for one more week. It's just about pain management for James.
So they don't need to go, bro. They need to rest, man. We don't need them going, bro. It's pointless qualified. They're already qualified, man. We don't need them to go, bro. They need to get fit and ready for Chelsea, man.
Southgate tax, bro.
England needs to be secondary right now. We need these lot to be fit, in form, and come
Some
back.
people,
Yes, because
yo,
we
some,
need James.
some
We need
people,
James.
some people are
That
saying
has
that
to wait
the
till
Kante COVID is fake. That's what I'm hearing.
So
Right,
it was
Scott,
in an
what was it?
interview. I'll say it was an interview last year during lockdown for Football Focus. He said that he struggled a lot with mental health and that it's something that plagues him regularly. So it could just be a case of, like Tuchel said with when he brought up the fact that he was struggling, didn't play a lot. Maybe the fact that he didn't play just gave him too much time to think. And I've been there with mental health. When you have too much time to think, you can go down bad roads.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it might just be a case where he needs to come out. He needs some time to talk and to come out of a dark place. That could all
I
literally
think Scott.
be.
I think Scott.
No, I don't think
when
that's
you
what
don't play,
people
though,
do
when you
now.
don't play, anyone that don't play, you're gonna feel it, innit?
You gonna feel it.
Your
It's not even
distraction,
just playing.
distraction playing.
I was going to
It
say,
distracts you from thinking, doesn't it?
exactly. I was going to say, it's not even just playing. It's whenever you're not doing something that you enjoy doing. Like it's in normal life as well.
100%.
Whenever you're not doing, whenever you've got time and you haven't got anything to distract you, as Johnny said, that's when it can hurt you.
But look, it's not like he's coming to the team and he's playing trash. It's that he's not even playing at all. That's the main thing. Like, I understand if he's been playing and he's just been dropping stinkers and whatnot.
Yeah,
We're
but
like,
he's obviously in a vicious circle right now where it's like if he does play, it can help
Are
him.
we just going to say he has mental health problems right now?
we're not saying that, bro.
Also,
I'm not
him
We're not
playing
saying
means
that,
he's
bro.
vulnerable and he might not perform. Do you know what I
Yo,
mean? It's a
Morata had
two-ended
mental health
sword,
problems
double-ended
at Chelsea.
sword, isn't it?
Man, that nigga just wants to play, bro. That's about it.
Morata had
That
mental
nigga wants
health
to play.
problems at Chelsea.
It's
Bro.
what it is.
Maybe
But
that
guys,
could be the
right,
case, bro.
I can't lie. I'm gonna end the stream here. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the
Big
like
up
and
Chili B
subscribe
as well,
button.
man. Big up Chili
Big up
B,
Ben
man.
Chilwell, all the other Chelsea boys. We'll be back tomorrow for a Chelsea Southampton preview. Till then, take care, like and subscribe, and as always,
See you later,
Up
man.
the Chelsea.